And we're back. Well, not that I am an expert on such things, but it looks as though we are in for an unfortunately interesting next 4 years so far. Let's go check back in with Brooks and Kidd.
Like that, you'll have people that are like Sam Cedar in the debate with Tim Pool the other day. He was making a very clear distinction about like, listen, the problem is that when you get the government involved, is that you end up creating a lot of scenarios that can really harm people regardless of how you think ethically about the conversation. But the conversation is always stuck in that ethical. You know, a lot of people can understand. A lot of people have really strong feelings about like the death penalty, for example, right? But it is a lot easier to move the conversation towards maybe the government shouldn't be involved in that. Even if you're like on some level you're in favor, you want these evil people to die or whatever. Even then, you can move people on the idea of maybe the government shouldn't be involved in that process. So that's where I think the conversation should be going with abortion. But it's not, and it is really complicated. And I do empathize with people, but yeah.
Susan B. Anthony, origin of the suffragette movement. She actually was deeply pro-life, but her take on it was always interesting to me because she always voted 100% to have totally legal abortions without restrictions. She believed in this. And her reasoning was interesting. She's like, it wasn't a live and let live, but instead that if you have laws that prohibit, how did she phrase it? If you have laws that prohibit sinning and stop people from sinning, then God can never actually judge them. And it was this really weird, so if the reason I don't do a thing is because of the law, not because it's good or bad, for her, the religious side of it never gets tested, that you need to allow people to be whatever they're going to be. I always kind of appreciated that. And it's a sentiment you don't see a lot in the pro-life world at all now. Dear Lord.
Yeah, it's a good angle to have as well, to remember that no matter where you're at on the debate, like you can really you can take some really, really pro-life people and be able to push them with that kind of rhetoric, which is pretty effective.
Speaking of abortion, how fucked are we, guys?
Welcome back today.
Hey.
We are withholding a lot. There's just so much, there's so much we just don't.
Is that bad, huh? You're coping already, okay.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. There's a difference between like the hope. Someone called it the hope to cope pipeline. We're somewhere in between, maybe.
Although I've seen she's been bumping up a little bit in the last hour.
Yeah, and I think we talked about it while you were here before. But the problem is that you count the Democrat votes last.
It always happens.
Yeah,
every single time.
And when you get these places that are like super, super close, it's just simply hard to say.
It's okay, guys. They're counting us last. That's all. It's fine.
No,
that's how it works.
It's every single year.
Look, guys. It's really not that important. It's not that important. It just means we got to work harder. That's all. That's all. It's fine.
Well, the Canadians panicking. Wow.
I'm not panicking. I'm just enjoying this. I mean, a little bit, because this isn't a real country. We're basically just an appendage. So
that's fair. It's a big.
No one gives a fuck if we're supporting
big cold American state.
No one gives a fuck if we're supporting settlers in the West Bank.
Sunday's loud. I'll turn them down.
Am I loud? Sorry, lad.
No, it's me. I should be looking at my. Oh, I'm quiet.
You're quiet?
That's what.
Jesus, that was your job, kid. What the hell?
I know.
Have some professionality.
I know. I need to project my voice more. Fair. I really do.
Let's get you bumped up a little bit Sunday, and you'll be good.
Oh, nobody's watching you. It's all good. Actually, you were doing pretty good the other night, Brooks. I was kind of surprised yesterday when you had your thing. I think you had like 70 concurrents at one point.
I have 140.
You're doing good right now.
Do you actually?
I have 140 fucking concurrents.
Nice.
Being a dick to me, you motherfucker.
You got 137. I'm watching right now.
Oh, it went down slightly. I peaked earlier,
The,
146. About
the
10
amount of
minutes ago.
fucking numbers watching that Sunday does, he deserves every little bit of shit talking here in like
Technically,
a
this is
fucking month
fair.
when you leave him
He
in the
knows
dust.
when we talk, he knows everything. He's like, oh, dude, yours did this. It did this. Your stream. I'm like, really? Fuck, I didn't even notice. I'm learning.
you know what, Brooks? I for one am very glad that you have so many of my viewers on your show.
Oh, that's actually fair.
Is that soy over there?
Theory YouTube is not a large group of human beings.
No, it is not.
And it's incestuous and tiny.
You know what Destiny's playing right now?
You gotta be. There's a difference between being tiny and oversaturated, and the theory YouTube is undersaturated. So that tiny group, there's a lot to tap in there.
All right. Looks like new numbers came in. She's 120 behind in Georgia with 7% left. Nothing new there. She's, I don't know, 180,000 behind in Pennsylvania with 14%, which isn't even a fucking number. None of these matter anymore. Still, none of these matter at all.
The Google embedding of AP is so much better.
That's what I think I have on my stream. Did you see my stream? It's pretty sexy.
How do I just make it so I get rid of Google?
Oh, that is. Oh, I fucking
look at this. You click on an area, it zooms in.
God,
like that.
I fucking hate you so much.
It's
How'd you
so
get that
good.
set up?
How do I?
Isn't that nice? That's literally just the page. It's on black because I have night mode because I'm not a weirdo. And then I just did a chroma key that pulls out the gray.
Oh, chroma key. Nice. Good idea.
God, that is such bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this shit. What the fuck?
Okay, now I can look at. Oh, but is it gonna tell me? Oh, I can't. Nope. Never mind. I can't click on the. I can't click on the counter.
Iowa was not even close.
I zoom in.
Like, that's the other thing is these last minute surprises. It's a big one. Iowa completely not what people thought it was going to be. Like, they expected to be closer. Harris got blown the fuck out. It's crazy. She got blown the fuck out. 56-42. Like, that's a fucking spread. 7% left, but that's not enough. But again,
Timber
who
says,
cares?
"Are we fucked?" Fucked is not a word that we can use yet. We're treading
only
water.
Fucked. We're only fully fucked if all of both houses and the presidency all go to Republicans. Then again, like I said, this switches from a non-doomer stream to a doomer stream.
Yeah, nightmare mode. Yeah.
Anything short of that is a thing to deal with. Because it is. It just is a thing to deal with.
It's not funny Sunday.
I'm not laughing because it's funny.
The laughter is an incredibly common anxiety reaction.
Yeah, kid.
I'm sorry for not validating.
I will consider your apology.
I don't need it.
So let's see. Were any of the red states even close, or is everywhere an embarrassment to humanity?
Please show me. Yes. Okay. Fuck.
North Carolina was close-ish. Couple points.
93, 99, 88. Fuck.
Otherwise, no. It's all the places that are just not a place you tend to fight to live. Hey, I'm really looking forward to buying that big house in Alabama.
I don't think we're getting Georgia.
Oh, I broke 150. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I'm Brooks. Most of you probably do know me through Sunday, despite that being a funny joke that he made. I'm going to pretend like you aren't. I'm just going to say thank you for joining. I'm Brooks, the Quarantine Collective. You're seeing Sunday and you're seeing Kid Not Kin. Doing a non-doomery election stream because I noticed a lot of the other streams are very doomery. We're not.
Oh wait, do you need my camera?
It would be nice. I'm showing your green image flashing whenever.
I just have you as a Shinji with the mug and the cup switched. Oh fuck no, that's me.
That's much better.
That is much better. By the way, Brooks, I was
Yes,
overhearing your conversation about Quarantine Collective, and I disagree. I disagree with Kid on that. I think
You
like
disagree with Kid on what?
on the renaming the channel thing. I think
Okay.
Quarantine Collective is catchy, and I don't think people think COVID when they think Quarantine Collective. I think they think the same way. It's like, what was it called? Acid Horizon or whatever? Plastic pills. It's that
Oh, I
kind of
never said
vibe.
that people think COVID.
Oh, did you?
I just think it's. I just think it's too many syllables.
Quarantine Collective?
Yeah.
Well,
You're the QC.
there, QC. There you go.
It,
I'm
it's
sorry. I'm
6
sorry.
syllables.
I'm sorry. Kid, not kin. Is Quarantine
Half
Collective
the
too many
syllables. And easy to
Oh
spell.
fuck, it is. No, it's not. What even is a kid, not kin? How
But
do you say
There's
hey?
a kid named Notkin in Pathologic.
It's a pathologic reference.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go.
So technically his name is not
the,
Kid Not
the
Kin.
anti-Oedipal references.
Fucking
It's
nerds.
Kid Not Kin. More or less. It's about an emphasis thing. That's why it kind of the first time I heard it, it stepped past me and I didn't get it. And then someone was like, Kid Not Kin. I was like, Not Kin. Oh yeah. So
Yeah, when I first said it, I like the idea of the ambiguity between kid, not kin, and then a pathologic reference for the nerds. But then also, I really liked the idea of like at the time I was thinking about things like anarchism and in almost as like this. I called it like a childish philosophy, but in a way that I wanted to embrace at the time. Almost like a child play or whatever, almost like Ubermensch type thing. And then the not kin, as in not familial, as in like anti-Oedipal. Those are all the different things I liked playing with. But it's mostly just pathologic, really. Which is an amazing game. And the DLC for The Bachelor is coming out very soon.
goddamn yes.
Not DLC, standalone.
Pathologic 3, my friend.
Yep.
Is that actually Pathologic 3 or is it like
Yeah, it's Pathologic 3.
Ice Pick Lodge. Knock Knock. Play Knock Knock. Play Knock Knock. Knock Knock's
I need
phenomenal.
to go through and play all their games.
Like it's all of their games are wonderful, and you start seeing how they think of games very, very quickly because they're very unique. Very, very unique.
Oof.
Nothing's changing, anyone. Sorry, nothing's changing. I know it's super exciting. You're waiting for us, but it's.
Well, I was looking at the counties in PA.
Yeah. And
Delaware's at 93%. Philly's at 78%. Montgomery's at 79. Chester's at 85. Pittsburgh, yeah. So it's getting.
we're getting there.
Well,
it's getting down to the wire. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
This is that thing. It's doing
I'm
it
gonna
again.
lose my theoretical $20, I think.
What did you bet $20 on?
No, the
Pennsylvania.
theoretical 20.
Oh.
On Pennsylvania going blue.
And on the way out, Portland is Burning offered to buy us dinner if Kamala does come back. So
Probably a safe bet at this point.
you think Kamala's coming back?
I don't think she's coming back.
I do.
Think
I
so?
still do.
Kamala campaign made an announcement. I don't think she will be speaking tonight. What? CNN?
Yeah, they just said that she's not going to be making an announcement or anything tonight. That's normal. That's what I figure.
Okay.
This is going to go into like 1 or 2 in the morning, and because it's already 1 in the morning for her. So
She's EP.
what?
She's
EP?
EP.
What? Sorry, I
Means
feel
sleepy.
like oh,
It's
okay.
a cute way of saying sleepy.
Oh, you fucking kids with your stupid slang and garbage words.
I mean, if you by kids you mean like 30-year-olds hentai addicts, sure.
Yeah, but
Wait, what?
mid 40s. Well,
I
let's be fair.
only ever see the EP thing.
Thank you, Darkwana, for the super chat. Thoughts on The Void by Ice Pick Lodge. I think everything Ice Pick Lodge has done is wonderful.
Oh, did they do
found
the Void?
They did The Void, and it's wonderful.
It is.
My favorite thing they made, now granted, Pathologic is like, I almost don't consider made by them because it's one of those that like, it's a game that shows what games can do kind of thing. So it stands in like an artistic category very uniquely on its own. Of the rest of their products that they've made, I would say Cargo is my favorite experience I've had with their games. Easily, without a question. One of the more absurd, weird things I've ever played, without even a slight question. Hands down, worth checking out if you haven't. It's very difficult to describe what it is other than incredible machine meets physics toy meets acid trip. You spend a lot of time kicking 2 foot tall, round, fat men who are naked.
That's basically just YouTube.
And then they sing you sea shanties when you kick them.
It's also like YouTube.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Basically every Wick panel.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. So the question is going to be, it's 10, which means I am like Sunday. So it's for me, I tend to wait until the evening. I don't wait until the sun rises to start drinking. But I figured it's time for me to grab a beer. So what do I grab Sunday? Do you want me to grab something fancy, something simple? You get to pick. Dealer's choice. Give me a direction to go, because I have too many options.
Something shitty and weak, because we're probably going to be up late. And save the fancy one for
I don't have that.
No?
I'd say get into the spirit with some Dead Guy Ale from Rogue.
Rogue's not bad. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm going to sneak off.
Well, I'll just go fuck myself then.
Keep chatting into. Keep everyone happy. Keep going. Go.
Okay, so
I'm going to get myself a beer. Sunday, keep chatting. Keep everyone entertained. Or at least look pretty.
We're all doomed. What's there to chat about? We're never coming back from this. It's over.
Okay, so PA, Pennsylvania is having a hard time budgeting. And there's not much left. I'm getting a little bit doomer on PA. Georgia.
I think NBC called Georgia
Same.
for Trump, no?
Did they call? They did call it, didn't they? Michigan.
Everywhere's calling it for Georgia. Bloomberg's calling it for Georgia as of 13 minutes ago. Pretty unanimous.
If it looks like it's going the way it's going right now, I think it's gonna be Trump.
You think Biden would have done better?
No.
No, either.
I don't think he would. We needed women. We got women, but the women weren't enough.
Would have been nice if we weren't involved. I say we, I mean you. Would have been nice if they weren't enthusiastically abetting the murder of thousands of brown people right before an election.
Yeah. What are we doing? Sorry.
I'm saying it would have been loverly if the Democrats weren't abetting the mass murder of thousands of brown people right before an election.
The question is going to be, is that going to depress votes? And I mean, like, to be very cynical about it, when we're looking at the numbers out of Michigan, I'm not seeing so far the vote depression versus the last that I'm seeing. I think it probably didn't help in a significant way, but Trump's numbers aren't significantly higher either. There's a general voter depression in a lot of this. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, but that also means that like smaller changes have a bigger impact, right? So
yeah, that's fair. That is fair. That is fair.
I just can't get over, like, guys, don't vote for the Democrats to punish them for Gaza, so that when they're in power, they know not to. Oh wait, it's like...
Yeah, I know, and like I could soy out about that shit all day. But
there's just no point.
There's no point.
Yeah, in the same way that we were talking about the situation that we're looking at here and what enabled Trump is that people have desires that are there, and we're sort of watching it unfold. In that same way, it doesn't really make sense to shake your fist at individual people for these kinds of things because the problem is there. The problem exists already. So yeah, I mean, you can talk all day and you can post on Twitter about how people are retarded and you can say all of these kinds of things or whatever, but like at the end of the day,
It does nothing.
yeah,
It does nothing.
yeah, exactly. It's still not over. I know it's still not over, but it's getting harder to CPA.
No, it's not.
What do you mean it's not?
It's the same. That hasn't changed significantly. I'm looking at the numbers.
The votes counted in the blue counties?
They've got 10% left to go.
51% of 47.
That's 300. That's 600,000 votes left to go. And
yeah, I guess you're right.
I'd say this is how this goes. It sucks, and it's the frustration is
That doesn't mean anything. It does. That doesn't mean anything.
No, I know, but
it is in fact how it goes. Correct.
It is how it goes. It's how it goes.
It
every
is
fucking
what
year.
it is.
No, it's how it goes every fucking year. It's the same stress, the same nightmares that everyone's screaming about until the numbers are fully done. And as the numbers are actually sort of actualized, until then, we've got nothing to go off of that says either way. In fact, we have leanings that if really these 600,000 votes break heavily 70-30 for Kamala, which they did in the rest of that county that has most of these votes, she wins. Like, it's tight, but she wins. So is it that close? I don't know.
It's a little worse than tight at this point. You're basically, I don't know. It's you're counting on a big discovery of votes, right? So we'll see.
It's done, guys. Come on. Well, you need to have an argument. I'm sorry.
It's done.
Sorry to be that guy.
For mathematically, and also the way that it went down last time. Like, come on. Like, literally, Biden. We didn't know Biden the night of. Like, this sucks, and it sucks, and but yeah, yeah, and also Vanessa says spot on. Unlike Georgia, I'm more worried about nervous right now, but Pennsylvania also has all of their write-ins, the mail-in ballots that are coming in that they do tomorrow.
Oh,
they didn't.
Thank God. Okay, good.
They don't do them today. Like, they're doing in-person votes today, but they've got a lot of votes.
It's exactly
tomorrow.
look. It's exactly like in Return of the King. Okay, it looks dire until the army of the dead shows up.
That's the mail-in ballot.
I ended up going with Russian River out of a lovely brewery out of I want to say Northern California, Santa Cruz area, I believe. Fantastic brewery that sort of specializes in sours, unique types of fermentation. Temptation, which is a Brettanomyces bitter, hyper sour. But if you age it right and you let it sit in the bottles long enough, it loses a lot of the sour, and it's just fucking great.
I'm gonna see if I have any wine.
This is a Vancouver lager, which you can barely see because I've drunk almost all of it, called Sneaky Weasel, from a Vancouver brewery, and it's just a basic bitch but well executed lager like Stella.
I'm going to show you. Here's the beer I got for when you visit Sunday.
All right.
I bought a special beer.
Okay, we're gonna need it after this.
It's so Martin House Brewery. If anyone here, and I'm sorry if you live in Texas, this is one of the only good things in Texas. It's in Dallas. Martin House Brewery does really weird beers. And they do weird beers that they're really particular about. The brewer and the team behind it has a very phenomenal palette of understanding tastes and flavors. So when I show you, you'll be like, what the fuck? This is pickle beer.
Sounds vile. Is it good?
It is.
It is?
Salty, sour pickle beer. Now, here's the thing. It doesn't work on its own. Because also, who eats salty? Really salty. It's really salty beer.
Sleeping goodness Caesar.
It is great with the right things, as if you were eating a really sour pickle. So if we have a Reuben, for example. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. But not just a regular. They also made blackberry pickle beer.
That all just sounds foul, to be honest.
Lemonade pickle beer. I believe I also have strawberry pickle beer. Come on, strawberry pickle beer. Huh?
What the fuck? Pickle beer? That sounds gross.
Pickle beer. And then I think those are my 3. Oh wait, no.
Orange, he doesn't just he bought the whole pack. He couldn't. He needed.
I bought all of them. I already bought a 6-pack of the regular salty pickle beer. It's fantastic in the right setup. Genuinely.
Just imagine the.
One sec.
Lulu, thank you for the $50. I appreciate that. Thank you for that.
Damn.
Thank you for that.
Damn.
Someone loves kid.
Yeah, Republicans.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lulu. I appreciate it. Thank you for that. It's gonna help get me through.
Yeah, and my chat is saying the same thing. Arizona looks like it's leaning R, and all the guys are saying it's leans R. But if you look at the numbers, Maricopa County is all that's left, and that leans heavily Harris. So Arizona is actually probably going to lean pretty hard.
Wait, how could you say anything for Arizona right now? It's 50-50 and 50 on half the vote.
But where is that 50%? Arizona is not spread out state. It's in Maricopa County where, like, I want to say fucking 90% of the ballots that are left are there.
Well, it seems like it's like 50% everywhere, but yeah, but Maricopa is. Well, the votes counted in Maricopa right now is around 50-50. I don't know how you say anything about Arizona.
Maricopa. They're just based on
how do you say it's heavily Harris when right now?
It leans heavily Harris. It leans heavily Harris.
It's split down the middle, I think, with a slight advantage. No. Trump is. Wait, hang on. What are they showing?
But yeah, it's 50-48.
So Harris is leading slightly. Okay.
Chotole, thank you for the $20. I appreciate it. Thank you.
That's what it was last time. 50-48, by the way. So.
The problem that I have when you say this is what happened last time is that it sort of implies because a good thing happened last time, even though
I'm hesitant to say it was a good thing, but look, so far the numbers are matching in a lot of places, and it's weird. And maybe it's not identical, but it just happens to be so fucking similar everywhere. Georgia's been called just now, by the way, with 6% left. That's playing with fire. That's interesting. We'll see who else.
Yeah, we knew Georgia was going.
But again, I didn't expect them to call it that quickly.
By the way, reminder, if I get 20 super chats in the yellow range, it's $10 and up. I will buy a President Sunday bikini for one of my mods. And reminder, if Kid Not Kin gets $500 in super chats tonight, we've only got 2 more hours left.
That's true. My wife will wear it for me.
Coward.
Could you imagine?
No.
Of course, whenever you see her in a bikini going forward, think of me. So, I mean, contemplate that a little bit before you go down that road.
Is AP still broken for everyone?
You're fine with that? Okay, that's fair. Many such cases.
Is what broken?
AP?
No, AP works for me now.
Oh, it's back. Good.
I see counting.
Let's look at Georgia. I want to look at Georgia.
I'm literally just watching your stream from here.
Let's see.
I thought you were streaming.
I am streaming, but I'm not doing
any
work.
He's just streaming your stream.
Do you think I'm in this group chat right now because I wanted to like solo a stream and do all the work tonight? I am dead tired.
Fulton County still has.
Exactly.
It's really early to call. It's fascinating to me because the margin is.
When did they call it in 2020?
Apparently they. They didn't until very late. I don't even think they called it first day because they had mail-ins. They don't anymore because of Georgia new laws. But again, so we've got Fulton County right now. They've got 9% of the vote left, but it's breaking 72-27 for Kamala, which is huge.
Fucking huge.
And DeKalb County has 12% left, and it's breaking 82-17 for Kamala. That
is actually insane.
And again, that's presuming that we know how many votes are left to be counted, because as far as I understand it, there are still people standing in some places.
The mail-ins will be important. You said they're only counting them tomorrow? What's the deal with that? Are they like only calling how many they counted tomorrow? Or are they only starting to count tomorrow?
I don't know. I'd have to check.
When do mail-ins? It's going to be dependent on the state.
In Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is the one we care about. Georgia, everything's locked.
How many hundreds of thousands of votes have gone to?
How's your coke stream going? We're doing math.
Not very many.
If you want to doomer, this is the rule. If you want to doomer, I need to see some math.
Yeah, I agree with that. If we get doomers, you're free to do so, but you've got to actually show your work. You got to show the work. Alaska's still gray. Really? Well, that's because we've got a while and no one cares. Alaska's not going to be the determining thing.
Does anyone know where or when mail-in ballots came in Pennsylvania last year?
When they were being counted for a while. I'd have to really go back and look at the timeline of that.
My math is Trump bigger number equal. God damn.
Thousands of mail-in ballots in the battleground state of Pennsylvania. This is an article that was published last night. Targeted for ejection as part of a last-minute campaign that has set off alarms for voting rights groups.
In 2020, it took 4 days.
4 days for them to rig the election.
Yeah, there you go.
It's going to be a long stream.
Well, kid's used to the marathon. We'll just leave it on him.
That's
There
true.
you go.
You can't leave until it's called.
If I did, I would cap it again. Or I would cap it this time. That's the problem. The marathon that I did, I literally, I told Rezi, I literally said, I think I designed it to last about 2 days.
State law prohibits counties in Pennsylvania from counting before Election Day. Results cannot be published until after polls close. This restriction, combined with county-by-county reporting autonomy, means early results may not reflect the outcome. More than 2 million voters in the state requested mail-in ballots this election. Fuck me.
Did we know that we got Nevada on the map?
No, that's Pennsylvania. We have Nevada, but
we know that we got Nevada on the map.
We do 75% reporting, and it's 51-48 Trump right now. But
yeah,
we have no idea what that means right now. Like it's going to come suddenly. We'll know soon.
Wick is streaming in the nude right now.
Is he?
Looks like it.
Hold up. I need to take some screenshots.
I don't need to see this.
I heard he was really, really upset.
I don't need that.
I do.
I'm not gonna do that to my stream. I won't.
I will.
I don't need to see.
I respect it.
No one needs Wick Dick. That's awful.
Oh my God, he is naked. Why is he naked? Wait, here, don't worry, guys. I got you. I'll put you.
Why aren't you? That's the real question. Go big or go home.
I don't want to listen to his voice. Can someone tell me what he's saying?
I'll listen. Hang on.
Can I get like someone give me a TLDR and report back?
Man
I'm just so curious.
Be better. Do better.
Why is he naked?
That's what happens. We've lost these things before.
Because someone blood libeled him?
All three.
Oh, he probably lost a bet or something.
Democrats have lost before.
It's got to be it, right? He lost a bet.
We come back.
I assume.
We adjust. We do better.
I can hear my wife cackling in the.
Get back on that horse and we ride, baby. We ride.
All right. I'll explain what he's saying. Okay.
Okay.
Man up. Democrats have lost before. We do better. We ride. That's what he's been saying.
Okay, that sounds about right. It's a good accent.
Nevada announced, I love this. This is a great article from Business Insider. Nevada's like secretary of whatever for voting has blamed Gen Z for issues with voting because they don't know how to sign their names because they never learned cursive. And so there's so many votes being rejected because of that.
Wait, what? Wait. You don't need...
That's fucking
Your
great.
signature can be whatever.
No, they're failing. There's a calligraphy test now.
No, it's that I don't know.
Is there... Wait, are there standards for what counts as a signature?
Nevada Secretary of State Francisco Aguilar said ballots have been rejected because the signatures didn't match. Many Gen Zers do not know how to sign their names, and it's messing up the election. Thousands of people across the globe are waiting, blah, blah. Nevada's Secretary of State Francisco Aguilar has revealed results may take longer to come in because the state is facing an uptick in rejected mail-in ballots.
Yeah, listen, hang on, listen to this.
But that's so stupid.
So this is ABC 27 News. More than
does anyone have a fucking, at that age... Like, does anyone actually have a at
my ballot
time? I'm like testing out different signatures.
In 2022, my ballot got rejected because of a mismatched signature.
So check this out. So ABC News: more than 86% of Pennsylvania mail ballots returned so far on election day.
Sorry, what percent?
86. According to the Pennsylvania Department of State, there have been 912,676 ballots returned as of 7 p.m. on November 5th.
That is a lot.
More than 1 million of those returned ballots were sent by registered Democrats and more than 629,000 returned by Republicans, though officials note that does not necessarily mean guaranteed votes for either party. If you still have a mail ballot, do not place it in the mail and instead hand deliver it yourself. I can't even bloody speak. And instead, hand deliver it yourself to an official drop box for your county board of elections. That is a lot.
So, just a quick follow-up, because I got asked. Wisconsin and Pennsylvania are both going to have the same problem, by the way. Someone jumped in. What happened here? Aiko.
Hello. We can't hear you, Aiko, just so you know.
I have to redo my fucking windows. They were so pretty.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm here for moral support, as in I need support. I need
I'm hearing doubling. Was that me? I'm doubling on your end, Aiko.
Test. Am I doubling?
Testing. It's Aiko.
There we go.
Echo.
You need to turn off one of your.
Is it just my
row,
voice?
your boat downstream.
Oh wait.
That understands with yourself. Have you ever seen Moving? It's a great movie. No?
No, it's fixed. It's better. Aiko, you did it. Unless you just muted yourself.
Pryor is excellent.
She just muted herself. Never mind.
God damn it.
How do I want to do this?
Boom. And we're going to do kid. We'll do you here. Up. Whip up. We go whoop.
Well, that's what you get for not having a waiting room.
Boop.
Never do open mic. It's always a mistake.
People like Sunday show up.
Exactly. Think I'd let me in? God, no.
That's a good point.
It's fair. I think Aiko can be. I don't even know. I can mostly just put Aiko off to the side because she's like mostly of her screen is like horrifying nightmare images or us. So I can squeeze her off to the side and make.
Oh yeah, Aiko, you should learn how to use the virtual camera so you can pick a scene. Also, I don't know if you know, Wick is naked right now.
His stream froze for a second, so I'm assuming he stood up for a moment.
Wick is naked. Is it still echoing?
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
Sunday, stop ignoring women, Cal. I have a brand to uphold, okay? It is what it is. No ethical consumption under capitalism.
All right, so we'll go through. So Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. Sorry, just to mention, both are going to be doing this thing where it's going to take a couple days. So the reality is they are tightly close right now. If you're within 150,000, 200,000, they are within actually tight range, and it's going to be tight. Michigan, we've got a lot of people left. 39% of the state left. And again, it's mostly Detroit. So you get Wayne County, and that's fucking crazy, crazy Democrat stronghold. So it's going to be okay. That's going to take some time. Nevada, we'll see. 25% left. So we can't even come close. And Nevada is ridiculously close to call. So, yeah, that's where we're at.
I'm calling a Trump win at this point.
Why would you do that?
It just looks like a Trump win to me.
How does it look like a Trump win?
I'm just getting that feel. Okay, you ever
because
been
he's
at
got a bigger number?
You ever been at a blackjack table, and you just think to yourself, like, excuse me?
What?
You ever been at a casino at a racially ambiguous card table?
What happened to my?
And you have that feel for a second, which is like, I feel like I'm going to win this. And then that smart part of your brain goes, I'm not going in there. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, you know what gamblers call people who listen to that part of their brain?
People who keep their money when they go home.
No. It's people who learn to trade blowjobs for sandwiches so they can eat the next day after losing all their money.
Oh, so you missed a part of my story because I'm the one who didn't listen to that part of my brain.
People who
another
listen,
part of my brain. I've got many parts of my brain.
The gut of the brain is not a thing. This is so. Let's go back.
Really, Brooks? Is the brain actually a holistic organ that has many interconnected parts that are only divided arbitrarily? Is that how we're going with this?
Don't be nerds right now, okay? We need to focus.
Don't look at me.
All right. I'm just saying.
No, well, what you need to understand, Sunday, is that the brain is actually
it is less fun fucking with you on my channel.
A complex and interconnected ecology.
No, it's just less fun to fuck with you on my channel.
I need my...
Right now, what we're looking at is pretty much exactly what happened last time. And I mean that. Pennsylvania was red at this time. Arizona was red at this time. Wisconsin was red. This is how it goes every year. 2016 wasn't far off from this. It was a lot more of a brutal landslide because she lost more states because she sucked at campaigning. But last time around, this is what this felt like.
Cope.
I don't know if you guys watched it the same way I did. I stayed up all night. It was wild to watch.
Cope.
I was too drunk to remember what exactly happened.
You can see me get really trashed in 2016 if you watch the 2016 Joe Rogan podcast. Really. It's a long story, but that's where I was 2016
Wait, there's a video of you...
Wait, you were on the Joe Rogan podcast?
Joe Rogan
I was
podcast.
in the 5th row, and I ended up being on it for a few minutes at the end.
What the fuck?
I was there with friends. It was great.
Someone find that for me.
It was fun. It was fun. You can find a lot of little weird Brooks moment clips. I get people like, because people in QC, they don't know like my history. And so someone's like,
he's Hollywood game dev Kramer.
So it's weird. So people are like, I was watching the Ubisoft
Be right back.
The Ubisoft keynote. I think I saw you. I'm like, you probably did. Like, it's like just weird little shit all over the place. It's strange times. And it's it was fun. So 2016 was great. So Stanhope invited me out because he's like, it's a big election thing. Everyone's showing up. It's just people are just going to be so drunk and having a great time. It's at the Comedy Store. I'm like, fucking, I'm not going to miss the Comedy Store. And it was Rogan and Stanhope, and then everyone. Bill Burr showed up. Like, it was crazy. The comedians who just started showing up. And then at some point in the night, when it was clear that Trump was winning. And it was really funny to watch because like Bill Burr and everyone, like they were looking over this one laptop refreshing, kind of like what we were doing. And suddenly the tone changed where they were like laughing about it. They all started yelling at each other. It's like, fuck you. You're the reason he won. Fuck, like mad, like genuinely yelling. These women were on stage screaming at him. It was, this whole thing was wild. It was wild to watch. And
I saw that there was a bunch of videos of Joe Rogan that were going viral of him, like just a ton of videos of criticizing Trump. I gotta mute.
Oh, am I doing it again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have two two inputs, I think, and you need to turn one of them off.
She's using voice meter and crossing wires.
Yep.
And I have muted Aiko. Let me know if I can turn her back on.
I muted her too. Wait, is this server mute?
Personal mute for me. And then I need to put kids somewhere because everyone got rearranged.
You're holding on to a solid 140 concurrent viewers, Brooks. Well done.
Thank you, Sunday, for the compliment.
You're welcome.
Now, please engender me with the ribald insult that tends to follow such politeness.
You're just capitalizing
you're
on
welcome.
people's fear right now.
You're
selling
welcome.
it. The reason why you keep saying stuff about like, oh, we saw this happen before. The reason why you're doing that is because you're selling copium to your
You
audience
think so?
and monetizing it. Yeah.
Well, I'm not monetizing it very well, but
If they return, you are.
there. But I mean, at this point, I don't see the reason to freak out.
I mean, there's a bright side to all of this. For content creators, it's going to be
Speaking of
Gonna
freaking
be-
out,
a wonderful 4 years for those of us who aren't removed from being able to work on social media for the next 4 years.
I still don't see a
Great
reason to
business
freak out on it.
opportunity. I mean, we get to be maverick radicals for the next 4 years. It's kind of cool.
Yes, I
opposed
did
to-
mute.
oh, don't do
did-
the classic lefty thing.
As opposed to what's the classic lefty thing?
The classic lefty, the thing that bothered me so much about a lot of these lefties that got like super mobilized during, and I get it, okay, I have empathy, but the moment that that Biden got in office and everyone just stopped any organizing or getting politically involved or whatever, and all those people that were like building up their ego around being like revolutionaries, and because fascism is around the corner, and they got to fight against Patriot Prayer and the Proud Boys and a lot of the LARPing that was happening. But
I'm in Canada,
content.
kid. This is all I have.
So
Okay.
again,
I guess,
not
yeah.
not copium. Just to add as a thing, right now it is looking like the Dems will hold the House, if by a slim margin, that they will hold the House. So that's cool. It looks like it's not going to be a wild bunch of swings for that, which I was worried that there might be a few. People were talking about it. It was thought to be that they were favored to keep it, but you never know night of, right? Never fucking know night of. Senate is a different beast entirely, though.
Keep telling yourself that.
I mean, it is. It's they
I know the
lost it.
Senate's a different beast. I was just running the previous thing. Fuck.
Republicans flipped Ohio and West Virginia. So that sucks. That sucks a lot. Sucks a lot.
How
Why
about
won't
now?
Wick put a shirt on? I think he lost a bet, and what I think is really funny is that like imagine if he lost a bet that like he was betting that Kamala would win, right? And then imagine what would happen if Kamala actually does win, and he did all of this for nothing.
I don't think he took off his shirt midstream while they were counting votes. I think
When did the shirt come off?
I think he started the stream with his shirt off. I think Wicca's just living his best life.
Aiko, you can test your. I unmuted you if you need to test it.
Yeah, it's good now.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm just,
Unmuted you too. Welcome
fixing
back, Aiko.
things. Thank you, Brooks. I was saying before that I came here for moral support for myself.
I don't know how much moral support I can give.
No, you know,
it's not-
just you know.
It's not over. It's not over yet.
Well, Aiko is going to be a recipient of the official President Sunday bikini, like yourself soon, if you make
Yes.
the $500 in donations, kids chat.
Did
season.
Aiko make $500?
No,
It's for
Oh.
Christmas.
I like Aiko more than you.
Sunday's just doing anything he can to not say he's going to give anything for Brooks getting any super chats.
You're
That's
not,
it.
you Brooks, you are not getting a bikini. Make peace with it.
I really.
Unless you
Okay.
pay for one, I can't stop you. I mean, I would if I could.
Yeah, I don't
but
think I'd pay
legally,
for
I'm
one.
not allowed to
I think
discriminate.
that's fair. What is the bikini? What's on it?
It's his President Sunday face.
Like, is it
It's his
just
avatar.
Sunday
Okay,
face
look,
on
look,
where
look.
the
So
nipples are?
on this is the thing though, and this is one of the reasons why I'm gonna make a new one when I send one to Ico, because I'm not this cruel. You know how my my PFP has like a reddish nose? So the President Sunday bikini has my PFP on all of the 3 pieces, right? But I didn't realize this when I made it, because I just made it as a gag. But it auto-generates models on the 4th wall page to show people wearing it. And it looks like just giant nipples on the front of the thing. It's very unfortunate.
Why would you say that's unfortunate? That sounds like a wonderful happy accident.
Because it's in the center of my PFP's face.
And
This is
So-
this is a Christian channel, sir.
I mean, I think it's fair. It's okay. There's a problem is I've had a beer and it's
Drink your
stressful-ish.
drink your pickle booze.
This is not pickle booze. This is Temptation from Russian River. This
You
is
guys
one of
are
the
in-
greatest beers ever made. Do not put that in your mouth. You talk about this. You give reverence to this.
Hey,
beer.
look, Cal's going to get a President Sunday bikini too when I see 20 donations in my chat. That's how it's just running a business, guys. Running a business. I'm sorry.
They've called PA apparently.
Hellbent's also
for
offered
Trump.
to model one.
That's,
They call PA.
Someone said they called PA for
Who?
Trump, which is really early to do. I'm not seeing it for New York, New York Times, and AP. I'm not seeing.
You move the goalpost. Business, capitalism, etc. Apparently, Cherry from JStock was going to buy one, but her husband refused.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
That's a shame.
It is a damn shame.
Yeah. Damn.
What?
Uh-oh.
I'm not seeing AP calling Pennsylvania.
Sorry, guys. I got to get rid of Wick. I have too many things open.
You have to get rid of Wick.
Yeah, I had him shirtless on stream this whole time.
Someone should invite Wick. I think Wick being here would be fun.
No.
Oh, come on. Never gonna grow with that attitude.
What? I don't... Why not talk to Wick?
Let's talk to Wick, Brooks. When has talking to Wick ever been something you've regretted?
When has it ever been a bad idea?
I mean,
Good
every
guy.
time.
No, Wick is fantastic. Wick is one of those people who is fantastic content for everybody else.
I
Should be
love Wick.
I
I mean,
don't
listen, there's a
think for
reason
me,
why my
Andrew.
bot is literally like his voice is literally Wick. It's like
That's
I've
because
branded
it's
Wick's
funny.
voice into my stream.
Wick has a stage presence that he is woefully underexploiting. That could be actually very effective. Like genuinely, he actually is really good on screen. Which is weird to say. Like even right down to missing the front tooth. It was probably a smart business decision to leave that gap. It's character.
Let's see. Fox apparently is the one who called PA, which again, who cares
Fox
at this
did.
point? They undid a bunch of stuff last time. So
Aiko, I swear to God. She's ruining my
stop.
fucking
Fix
format.
this.
every
dude.
time,
I swear
every
to God.
time,
I'm
ruining
sorry.
everything I do.
I'm
Lorenzo,
sorry,
my
you didn't
face.
realize. I'm very sorry. Hold on.
I'm just gonna not do anything until you reconnect your camera in some capacity.
Sorry, I didn't
Yep.
realize it was. I didn't realize that it was fucking this up for you. Okay,
You're free to
That's
just
it.
let me know when you're
That's it.
done
No, no, no.
messing around with shit.
that's
I'm happy
this
to
is
have you
it.
change it up.
I was trying to
Okay.
figure out how to do the thing that kid said, but I didn't realize it was fucking it up for you. It's all good.
Yeah, Pennsylvania they called, but again, they have 10% left with only 200,000 vote difference. That's unbelievable. It's
Oh my God.
just they're doing everything they can to make sure that people are like, if Kamala comes out ahead, they're just like, oh look, why did this switch?
It's so fucking.
With 10% left, So 630,000 votes are remaining to be counted in areas that Harris is winning by 80 or 70%. And currently Trump is ahead by 51 to 47, and they call it. And also mail-in ballots for the next 3 days, which is like, come on, guys, what the fuck are you doing? Fucking every time.
Feel like waiting for surgery.
Maybe, maybe
Finish.
it's Fox calling it, right? Maybe they're just preparing for the narrative that maybe they think it's going to.
Oh no,
to
they're
Kamala.
preparing for the narrative like everyone else on their side is, that it was stolen. That's what they want to do, and that's what they want to push. And he may win. Well, that's fine, but it's just like calling it now is mathematically not what you do. Just silly. These fucking people.
Side note. On
Fox has PA having 10% left counting. I'm seeing 9% left on AP. Like, that's insane. That's 600,000 votes.
Yeah, they're probably all dead illegal immigrants, anyways. Kid, on a different key. What do you think of Dan Saltman's campaign against the lesser?
It's stupid. I don't disagree on basically anything about I don't disagree that Hassan should be dealt with, but like the entire like campaign is just built. It's a castle of lies, and I can't vibe with it. And also, like, a lot of this narrative that it's being based off of is literally just like trying to conflate the like the anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism, which is very, very like not only is it stupid and inaccurate, but it's also very dangerous.
Yeah.
So I can't respect it, but
he doesn't even know what.
But yeah,
he
I mean,
doesn't even know what
his song
Zionism
gets
is.
banned,
It was
cool,
kind of,
but yeah,
it was weird talking to him. He was a weird dude.
Dude, Dan's a fucking nutcase.
he's kind of on one right now.
He I had a private VC chat with him before we had the debate. And
Wait, so you knew that he was going to show up, and you acted surprised?
No, I didn't know he was going to show up, but I had a call with him before. Because I've talked to him before, and he's been historically kind of okay. Don't hate Dan, but it was weird. It was because I think I commented on. I think I was commenting on your debate in like Chud Logic server, and he was.
How do you think you for the $10?
He was tense. He was really tense. Like, he was stressed out.
What about my debate with him?
Oh, just generally, like he was reacting like somebody was going to go for his throat or something when I was talking to him, like just his voice. It was like, what? I understand you probably have a problem with this. It was that kind of tone.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And yeah, I don't know if it's like a midlife crisis or if he's just new to.
I don't even think you need to. I don't think you need to read into any of it. It's like, I think it's just kind of straightforward. I think it's straightforward. I think there's a lot of resentment for Hassan, which a lot of it makes sense. But then, like, it's complicated. I don't really.
The
want to
angle of it all makes
like,
sense to me. Like the reason why my brain.
I just don't think you need to. I don't think you need to play the same game of like you're trying to like read into all of these like.
Well,
different
I'm not.
theories
Just the
about,
reason
you know.
the reason why my brain goes in that direction is not because of like the nature of the thing being done. It's just the sudden striking out with like a weird hyper cynical approach to this sort of thing, and it makes me wonder like is this like someone who thinks he needs to do a thing and is just jumped into the deep end way deeper than he could swim just right off the bat. I don't know. I'm not diagnosing him. I'm just saying like there's a desperateness about the whole thing that's weird to me.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be a lot of positive attention. It could be maybe a sort of like a acceptance that like as long as the thing is working, then you can validate just continuing on the campaign. Maybe he'd doesn't care to be careful because it's working, or I don't know.
Say the thing about tactics, how when he was talking to Devin Nash, I think, and he was saying how it would be
The
fine
first
to
time?
like mix. Yeah, where he's talking
Where he
about
said that
like
he was
making
Batman?
stuff up. Maybe. Maybe. He was saying a bunch of wild shit. We was talking about making websites. For
Oh yeah.
his loved
That first conversation. I think Devin Nash put out a statement saying that he didn't want to get involved with it because it was just so malicious, I guess. I don't
and
remember.
it got really personal too. It got you individual minded because okay, he said that he would make websites about like employees and their friends and family or something, their loved ones, or was he talking about Dan Clancy's loved ones?
He was talking
remember?
about both. It was
Okay.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought because it wouldn't make sense to go after his.
I mean,
Loved
he
one.
did.
I mean, to
take
be
that
clear,
back.
I watched maybe the first like 5 minutes of that conversation out of like 2 hours, and then he jumped in. I never watched the whole conversation.
He took it back after the fact, so he did.
Yeah.
He also said that it would be fine to make up lies about Dan Clancy, like unironically, just make shit up. That's bad. Just like the no bad tactics, only bad targets thing.
Yeah.
So that was pretty wild. So I don't know. I think he's probably in a little bit too deep. He's gotten swept up in the what do you call it? The current.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Do we know when mail-in ballots, or not when, like how many we're gonna be looking at?
No, we won't know until I don't think they
It's-
even announced it necessarily. Let me see if
Like as far as I'm
anything's
aware,
been
like it's not even something that it's not even something you can compare to 2020. Just the dynamics are so much different. You don't have COVID. You don't have and like the way that people talk about it's just complicated. I don't think that you'd be able to compare it.
Let's find out if there's any information on this. Doesn't seem like it. It's just letting everyone know, hey, we're counting mail-in ballots. Yeah, they expect it to be the highest in person since 2016, which is like there's only been one main. What the fuck is that? Hey, the other one where we didn't allow people to be in person, this will probably be more in person than that one.
Right. Arizona has allowed voting by mail for over 2 decades, and approximately 80% of their voters in the state vote by mail. Ballot processing and tallying in the state can begin when the ballots are received by election workers. 80% seems like a lot.
So 6 hours ago,
Yeah.
Guardian article published. First clash with North Korean troops, say Ukrainian officials.
I heard
Oh
of it.
yeah, because yeah,
Yeah.
that's a weird dynamic. Yeah.
Very strange day.
You're one of those voters, Hot Car Pocket. You're in Nevada. 80% vote by mail.
Huge number.
That is, yeah, Jesus.
AP's at 93, and the gap is the same as it was.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, post-COVID, like, Republicans are all going in to vote directly. Democrats are all avoiding crowds.
But in COVID, that was yeah.
Yeah,
was
but
a
that's
dynamic
kind of
thing.
what we're conditioned to do, though. Like, we're still in COVID technically, and they take it seriously. And they,
like the Arizona is
so.
an interesting dynamic, because they've had it for a long time, and it seems like there's such a large population that do vote by mail. Do I have Nevada?
I think we should invite Wick in because I want to see him argue against your take on his take. about lying about Trump. I think that'd be
Oh, the lying thing.
that'd be smashing good.
Yeah, that's good.
content.
But I'd want to have a whole segmented thing. Like I'm trying to focus more on around the election. If I was gonna have a whole thing about, I would love to have a debate about lying, though.
Well, I mean, you can do both. I would do one, and I would take periodic breaks. Like, hey, this.
Yeah, I
would-
would
I
love to
would-
debate Wick
I
about
would
lying.
probably let you guys do that and disconnect for a little bit and let me know when you.
Or you could not suck and you could stick around.
Is Wick? Does he want to? Did you ask?
I haven't asked. I don't want to impose. I'm on kids stream right now. Technically.
Jesus Christ, it's run day. It is run day. Yeah, I feel you.
Oh no. Oh no. I mean, I'd love to see some sick kid Wick action. That's I'm sorry.
job.
That sounds bad.
I want to take advantage of him while he's vulnerable, though. He's still naked, isn't he?
Well, just take your shirt
Michigan's
off and then you're even.
balancing out at 65%. Michigan's balancing out to 52 to 46 for Trump. And again, the vast majority of votes that still have yet to be counted. Shockingly, Detroit and Wayne County.
Oh, he just finished stream 11 minutes ago.
Oh,
Then he's free.
lame.
Then he's free. Let's get him. Hang on.
Oh, could you imagine if he blames me for Trump winning because of the argument? Oh,
I just DM'd Wick. Yo, join us in Kid Not Kin.
nice.
He's probably got me muted. Don't get too excited.
Maybe. Yeah,
Maybe.
I would.
Here, I'll tell him we're all naked too. Okay.
I'm gonna grab some water. 1 sec.
I'm putting it to a vote to my audience. Stay or go if Wick shows up.
I can put a timer on screen.
I fucking Christ.
You're that scared of Wick, huh? It's like
Scared is not the
it's
fucking
like
word.
4v1. You're scared of Wick.
I know you wouldn't understand Sunday, but it's actually a really smart branding decision. Bottom of the barrel shit is probably not the best thing for a theory channel. Ooh, silence, that hurt. Oh,
You know, I'm pondering that actually.
oh, existential crisis then.
No, just I don't think that's right. But I don't know what kind of response I'm willing to give.
It's okay, you don't have to.
I know. The luxury of having 3 times your viewership. Oh,
Eddie, thank you for the $5. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Eddie said, Brooks, how did those uncounted votes work out for Gore?
Well, not well. I don't know what the question is. I mean, they weren't technically uncounted. We did end up counting them, and we know very well that Gore won Florida and therefore the presidency, and the Supreme Court stopped him. But the Brooks Brothers riot, which was started by the same person who helped Trump orchestrate January 6th as a thing, Roger Stone, same guy who tried to do all the elector shit and advised Trump on all that, kind of did a whole bunch of illegal shit alongside the Supreme Court to steal it from the Dems. Like, that's how that goes. It's entirely possible we run into that again. It wouldn't surprise me. But I don't think we're there. I think it's a different beast this time around. And again, for me, this is maybe I'm just old and like this doesn't stress me in the same way because it's until it's decided, it doesn't matter. Because
Well, the thing is, we don't know how many mail-in ballots we're going to be looking at, right? That ultimately,
correct.
that's such a huge factor here. Like a huge factor.
Yeah.
And because they lean so blue as well, I don't know how you. Yeah, I don't think that you can just jump the gun. I understand that it looks scary, but unless there's like a good idea of how many mail-in ballots there's going to be, that's going to, I don't know what you do.
We can only assume that, again, people who requested, we know that
It's a tiny factor. Wait, Nikki, why is it a tiny
million, 2.2 million Pennsylvanians requested mail-in ballots. Now, not all of them delivered theirs. Not all of them put theirs in. Generally, the rate is pretty high, though. So at worst, those people actually went in and voted today, and instead there's a provisional ballot cast in their place, which will have to be decided over the next few days. But 2 million fucking people is crazy. As far as I know, NBC News reports, there we go. About 2.2 million Pennsylvanians have approved mail ballot applications, according to public data from the Secretary of State. About 82% have returned their ballots, according to the latest figures Monday. Roughly 390 mail ballots were outstanding. So we know, actually, it's about 1.8 million mail ballots.
1.9.
1.9 million mail ballots. That's a few. So if 2024 follows the same trend in 2022, which chances are it did, about 150 more mail ballots will arrive in time to be counted via mail or drop boxes. The remaining people with outstanding mail ballots will need to vote in person on election day to have their votes counted. So we have probably around 2 million fucking ballots that are starting to be counted this morning and going through and not included in this. They're not part of the precincts for this.
Amir Hossein Bushiri says that bitch deserved to lose. Yeah, probably, but you know who didn't deserve for her to lose? All the people who now have to live under a Trump presidency.
Ooh.
I would say that with the username they have, I don't know why they'd be excited about that bitch losing.
I'm just coming. I can't.
Wait, what was the username?
Amir. I can't. But YouTube Studio just crashed. Give me a sec. Just as you fucking asked me, just closed. Amir. I have to go back to all live chat.
In 2022.
Wait, hang on. Amir Hossein Bushiri?
That sounds like an Irish name to me.
Lots of Amirs in Ireland.
A third of voters who requested but did not return mail ballots ultimately voted in person in 2022. If we take that as a guide, we would expect 90,000 to vote in person, with about 35,000 using provisional ballots. Given that mail ballots are disproportionately held by registered Democrats, we expect provisional ballots to net Democrat candidates additional votes that will not be reflected in vote totals until a few days after the election. This is why it's not Copium. This is just the same shit as last year again. And in 2022, by the way. The last 3 elections.
You know what would be cool? If there's a website that was doing like literally just like a simulation of the exact same time in 2020.
Sure Shot says, June says, oh God. It looks like my chat. If Wick shows up, I'm staying, it turns out. It looks like, just saying. Great.
Oh, he responded. Last sleepy times. Oh, fucking
oh, no. Well, thank you, June, for the $10 to let Monopoly money soothe the burn of Wick for Brooks.
No, you...
Tell Wick he's invited anytime, by the way, and smiley face.
Sure Shot says, even if Kamala wins, what bothers me is it should not be this close. Yeah, that sucks.
Okay. Yeah, it should not be. Actually, there should be 0 votes for a pedophile.
He's a pedophile. We have a pedophile. We have a pedophile running for president, and we have people who are okay with pedophile being in the White House. And a rapist. A pedophile rapist.
A super pedophile, yeah. A super pedo rapist. Incestuous pedophile rapist?
Is super incestuous. Yeah, I can see that.
Stop lying. That's why he won. That's why he won.
Not lying, though.
That's why he won. That's why he won.
Yep.
You can't stop embellishing the truth. That's why he won, Brooks.
I mean,
that's why Trump won. That's why Trump's winning.
Trump won because
every time you say Trump's a pedophile, that red line goes up a little bit.
Jeffrey Epstein, in his own voice, said how he was best friends for a decade with this guy, and how he also enjoyed taking flights on the Lolita Express. And actually, Trump first banged Melania on the Lolita Express. Did you know this? The first time they ever had sex was on the Lolita Express with Jeffrey Epstein on the plane.
That's
Well,
like
yeah,
She was a little old
that's
for that
the-
ride, wasn't she?
that's the name of a classic novel. How romantic.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's a crazy thing. It's just wild to watch. And you know, all the times he walked in on young girls that he bragged about doing, yeah, all that shit. That's what he does. But again, people are fine with it. It's fascinating. Like Kamala sucks in a lot of different ways, but it's like, fuck. 10 years of best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. Fascinating. But yeah, no, it shouldn't be this close. I mean, that's like the frustrating part is that it feels this close, that it feels like, oh my God, we're getting there, that these things are going. Oh, Fox just called the race for Trump. Good job, guys.
What? Fox called what for Trump?
Fox called the entire thing.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Of course they did.
So we got Dylan Byers, Nevada's Secretary of State, saying high number. I think this is what you were talking about earlier. Yeah, it is.
Wait, the one guy that disagreed with me, where is he? Fuck. God damn it.
Will have such an immense.
I hate it when people tell me
disconnect.
that I'm wrong and then I ask them why and then they leave. Fuck off, dude. I could have learned.
Yep.
Haven't you thought?
They just called Trump winning the White House and Wisconsin and everything else. All of those things. Good
Right.
job, Fox.
I didn't realize the White House and everything else was in Wisconsin. Damn.
No, by winning Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Georgia, he's won the White House.
By the way, I've got more. More voters. I've got more viewers than both of y'all combined now.
Look at you go.
Yay.
Actually, it's not true. Kids on Twitch, so never mind. It was all
I
excited.
have 100 on Twitch. I have 100 on Twitch and 67.
160. Okay,
on
so
YouTube.
I got 191. Brooks has an offensive. You got 70 now, actually.
They're fickle though. They're just waiting for you to talk shit about someone so then they can
Just hit
point about you talking shit.
154.
Yeah, it's
They're
true.
fickle. Once you stop talking shit, they're gone.
Oh, 202.
Me? They're here for
202.
me.
202. No, yeah, we're just talking shit. That's why they're just here for the lower tier content. That's called resentment, kid. That's what that is.
Shut up. I'm not saying that shit. I'm not saying that shit. Fucking. I'm saying resentment from now on. I'm sick of it. Last updates on PA really seem like it's over.
Really?
What do we got?
6% left, and
6%.
it's 200K difference. It is going to be tough. It's going to be mail-in ballots.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
It's going to be mail-in ballots at best. It is not looking good, my friends.
That we're in the midst of the most I think cacophonous situation when it comes to communication, like in how we connect to it. I think in our daily lives, I think that so many people, like all the things we're witnessing, we have no actual like embodied relationship with it. We just see it and we feel in a way that is incongruous with the facts of the matter and how they actually impact people. So, yeah, I don't know. That's my
Was that a
my
chat?
thought to open the
Is that a
new
chat
year.
message?
No, that was just me.
Eiko, I'm going to be
Oh.
real with you.
Yes,
I appreciate you greatly, but I have no idea what you just said.
that's okay.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. I'm very stoned.
Oh, there you go. There we go.
Namaste.
It's classic Eiko.
I just hope we develop from here. I think we think that we have way more information than we actually. I'm talking about voters in general. I think that I don't know I'm just trying. I'm coping. Okay, I'm just
Okay.
trying to understand.
There's a lot of copium
But I don't.
happening in this call, as you can see.
Yes. Not on my end.
It's like emanating like from Chernobyl from Brooks's corner of the screen.
Yeah, exactly. So
After
200,000 short. Yeah, this is we're nearing the end, my friends. This would be it.
Politico, Trump is doing better than 2020 all across the board so far.
Yes, he is. As of now, as of the last hour, it's going to be tough. Yeah. Yep, this is not looking great.
What happened to the pre-election Hopium?
No, it's not hope.
I don't think there was much hope. It was I think the hope was like at least we're not stuck with Biden. I think that was basically it.
No. I mean, it's the reality of the position we were in is repeating the same. We ended up doing mostly the same, but Trump outdid in a handful of places people didn't expect. That's the way it looks.
Yeah, you know what that's called, Brooks? It's called we didn't do the same.
We did very much the same, almost identically across the board, except in a handful of counties.
Except we lost.
In a handful of counties.
He's admitted defeat already. Whoa,
no, but that's my point. It's a handful of counties. That's the whole point.
The point is how fucking dangerously close it was then, how dangerously close it was now, and sometimes you get heads, sometimes you get tails, but tails sucks pretty fucking bad too.
It's been a toss up for
the entire time.
Yeah. The entire time. We were in a very good position because of early polling and how things have looked the last week. We had the best opportunity going in. And again, every single state went pretty much identically as it did, except for a handful of counties, where specifically Harris underperformed. And I think there's a good chance we're going to take a look and find that those are places that end up having high Muslim populations or spaces that specifically Trump did a lot more work in than she did.
Well, there's also the... I think it's a lot of soft, fuzzy things that are difficult to put a metric on, but like, Democrats are douchebags. Like, just in a way that is more visceral to other Democrats than the way Republicans are to conservatives.
I think one thing that I've been thinking about a lot is, when people would talk about
Keep chatting. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah. When people would talk about the undecided voter.
Yeah.
And a big thing that you heard a bunch of people saying is that the undecided voter needs to hear more policies. You need to talk about your policies more so that the undecided voter can be convinced by your policies. The problem is undecided voters don't give a shit about policies.
Yeah, that's why they're undecided. If they care about policies, they'd be decided.
Approach, like, it seems like if I was going to be pointing to anything, it would probably be the fact that Democrats don't understand voters, I think. And that's where I think a lot of the... and I think there's a lot of examples of that in Kamala's campaign as well, where there's some like shots in the dark, and it's... The thing is, Trump understands voters.
I don't think Trump...
in a terrifying way.
I don't think Trump needs to understand voters. I think the reason why Trump resonates so well with a lot of Republican voters is because he acts like someone they're familiar with. And that's kind of enough. And I think the sort of like cold, cynical, yeah, everything we're about makes you deeply uncomfortable, and yeah, sure, we're about to destroy your way of life, but that your way of life's bad anyways, and that kind of like callous... I mean, justifiably so in a lot of cases, but that kind of callous attitude towards the cultural concerns of normal people, quote unquote, does the negative propaganda for the Republicans that way. They're looking for someone who's going to make them comfortable and is going to protect the things that make them feel like they're still on the earth that they knew from their childhood. And the Democrats aren't. So,
yeah. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of, I think this is one of my theories, is that the person that you're voting for, you're associating your identity with the vibe of that person or that identity or whatever. You're associating it with that. It's part of how you see yourself. It's part of how you see others, etc. And the particular policies is probably like one of the least important parts of that. And Trump is an example of that. Like, Trump doesn't have real policies. it's like a clear example of that. That the thing that is more important to the average voter is going to be things about how your identity matches up to the identity to
I mean, I
that
agree
character,
with that. I mean,
right?
where,
Like
where I would,
putting on Nikes
Yeah.
or whatever, and what that says about you, what you're
See-
saying to other people, what other people see in you. I think that is one of the more important things.
I mean, I
especially-
agree with you completely, except for the characterization of Trump as not having policies. Trump has policies and their negation because he has actually completed the system of German idealism. Koch
Wow.
couldn't do it, Fichte couldn't do it, but Trump did it.
Cringe.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ. Look, and again, everything. 2020. Do you know what was happening right now? This. Because all of the votes changed as early morning switched, as mail-in came in. Literally, we watched people in front of the fucking Congress talk about how they couldn't believe the vote shifted. Trump was winning the night before. He had this. They called it for this. And then suddenly a bunch of votes came in at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
Hey,
but I don't know.
remember when remember when Hillary
COVID.
declared victory?
Yes, 2016 was terrible. She lost very early on.
Mhm.
Again, this is the same thing. Just fucking hold off. Again, freaking out either way doesn't matter. Does no one any good.
I disagree.
really doesn't.
I think the reason why we lose, Brooks, is because we don't freak out enough.
Motherfucker.
Dude, for the $2, you like bikinis? Same. I'm actually more of a... I'm not going to say that, but thank you.
What we need is a conspiracy to explain it.
I think my senator is a Democrat, at least. I don't know. Is this the one that...
We never
There's
ran
something-
with the Russia thing enough.
Right? It could be worse. I could have a Republican senator. That would be worse.
It is generally worse to have a Republican anything. I would tend to agree.
The situation right now is unique. In the face of if it is the case that Trump wins, the situation is not just simply like another 4 years of a conservative president. Yeah,
Correct.
this is like functionally a different kind of scenario.
Yep. I agree. And
I'll be right back.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree. To me, it's until it's done, it's not done. And I'm not holding out hope or anything, but it's when we make that call that it's, hey, now it's the other way. We need to, it's a different beast. Just a different beast. It's big numbers to overcome. Trump probably won't.
2020, most mail-in voters say that they return their ballots well before Election Day. Those who voted by absentee or mail-in ballot were about equally likely to return their ballots to a designated drop box as they were to return their ballots by mail. About 4 and 10, 41%, say that they return their ballots to a drop box, while 44% say that they return their ballots by mail. 15% say that they return their ballots in person to an election official or poll worker. Overall, about 3/4 of absentee or mail-in ballots voters, 76%, report having returned their ballots at least a week before Election Day, while 23% say that they return their ballots in the final week. Okay. I feel like I just simply don't have a good read on what the effect, because again, comparing it to COVID, the 2020, I feel like it's just gonna, I don't want to overinflate how many like mail-in ballots there's gonna be, because there's a lot during 2020, you know? So I don't want to just compare it to be like, oh, well, in 2020, when there's a fuck ton of mail-in ballots, it had a huge effect on the results. It's like, well, the problem is that it's not 2020. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, again, what we're going to see over the course of the next couple of years with the Trump presidency is all the things my money, all the things predicted about Trump and what he's going to do in Project 2025 and all that shit, as it lands and when it lands, no one's going to be clever to say, I told you so. We're simply going to have to be ready and organized. That's it. And we're going to have to do the best we can, in my opinion, to get people who we care about out of the states where there won't be organizing. That's just it. Because I got to tell you, a lot of that shit, California's not going to go for it. They're not. I don't.
I guess I guess it depends when you talk about what people do as in response to the Project 2025 stuff. Most people don't know what Project 2025 is about, or what
legislators do. And when those things come in and they start taking on what are supposedly states' rights, as the Republicans have called them, and start taking them on as federal responsibilities, when they start removing rights from states, when they start doing things like putting soldiers in states and turning the military on its own, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Just feels like there's going to be states that don't do it. Do you think Oregon's going to go for that shit?
Well, no, of course not. But there are going to be states that will.
Sunday see stream notes. What's this? Oh,
what if Trump's cognitive function vanishes and we lose back-to-back presidents? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we already saw that Titan Uranus the rejecting ballots for signatures not matching their IDs.
Sorry, who was that?
I just Titan my mod. He was sending me like the Dylan Byers Twitter post about the Nevada Secretary of State seeing the high number of rejected ballots in Clark and Washoe because the signatures aren't matching what's on their driver's licenses.
Sure. Yeah. Have some fun moderating. My chat's getting a little. I don't have a steady community on the YouTubes. I'm getting a wild chat right now.
Oh yeah.
So, oh yeah. Bots are out in mass.
If you don't censor out the anti-Semites, they'll stick with you later.
Name. Find the most soy-sounding name and then just mod them.
It's I've already done it. Wig, get out there, have fun.
Wait, so this would be so if Trump wins, it would be the I guess he's already like the oldest candidate, right?
He is the oldest candidate to ever run and who will be president. Yes.
Yeah.
He's not going to make it. J.D. Vance will be president.
I mean, that's kind of the ideal situation for Republicans, isn't it? Trump gets in and then he dies, so they don't need to deal with him for the next 4 years.
So then they can do 2 more terms of Vance in his place.
Yeah. What would a Vance presidency look like?
Nobody
knows.
Do you
even know anything about
Vance
him?
Vance is the pick-me. He's going to do whatever is necessary.
People you'll see.
He'll be very weak, is what he'll be. He'll probably be very popular early on. Then he will... Vance is like Republican Trudeau. Yeah.
So basically what we need to do is hope for, an end and a new... Okay, who's more dangerous? Trump, right?
But Trump and Vance?
They're the same.
Yeah.
They're the same.
I think just as far as
I guess with Trump because he has the cult of following, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, what's dangerous is if JD Vance
that only matters up to the election, though, right? Like
no,
I don't foresee a January 6th. I don't know. Anyway, sorry.
Because he got people together for January 6th, and that was way after November. It's like
CBS
letting him.
Okay.
Well, so for me, again, I think this becomes a conversation. To me, this becomes a conversation very quickly of what political activism means and how it changes based upon the winner of the election tonight. Because everything else is just us bitching and talking about potentials and speaking of them as if they're characters in a movie. They're not. They're going to be instituting policy. The policy will affect people downstream. What can we do for people who are affected by that policy? That's it. And how can we support them, and how can we do things about that? Whether it's as a small channel, as a single person, as a group, organization, anything that can sort of allow more to be done that can support it. Because if it's Trump, you're talking about genuine survival of a lot of people, straight up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's it. You're just talking about survival of people.
In every aspect of whatever it is that you're dealing with.
Yeah, I guess
Everyone's
the
gonna
I
need-
guess the point of that, like one of the points of it, and it's a really bad situation, but you don't want to. I can imagine there's a lot of people that are feeling really defeatist, especially because they're thinking about this as like most people think about it, as the political action. You know, like the political thing that you do, when it's over, you just deal with whatever happens or whatever the fuck, right? But yeah, that's basically.
Yeah, but
About
again,
it.
this,
I mean, like-
this is the way this can turn out is pretty simple for us. The Trump win can become kind of what it was, actually, what I think it was the first time around, which was confusion and really not a lot of actual building on the left. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think we saw that. I think BLM came out of an extraordinary moment, but it wasn't certainly out of like a large scale set of praxis or community building or activism building or coalition building.
Well, yeah,
this-
I mean, most people went out of the BLM protest not even knowing how you can like not knowing whether or not like the issues with policing happen on a federal or like county level or whatever. Like no one knows like how it even works out of it. You know, people went out and they held their signs up and they said, "I don't like this," and yeah.
So if sorry, go ahead, Sunday.
I think the problem you're up against with respect to community building is that Democrat money basically means that shilling for the Dems in that particular kind of way is basically the only game in town. A lot of people who are specifically interested in organizing for progressive politics don't really want to buy into that. And I think in addition to all this, I'm just thinking of Ukraine.
I actually have a
the West
specific
Bank.
argument against that because I think we're in a fortunate place. Like, I'm not going to be like silver lining guy, but what we know right now in the Democratic Party is that the party coalition that wrapped around Biden did not coalesce the same way around Harris. We know this through internal memos, leaks, and how they're talking, also how they generally formed. With a loss, we're going to see far more damage done to that internal power structure, which leaves a lot more open for people to actually do more things. There isn't an Obama, like, they fucking lost again. Like, this is a big deal to lose against this fucking loser twice and run as bad of a campaign as they have. There's not going to be a lot of political power left inside of the centralized groups inside of the Democratic Party, as would have been with a win, or as would have been if Biden was running a second term. So there's actually surprising amount of room inside of the Democratic Party, I think, going forward to actually find secondary or third bits of movement. I really do think there's a lot sort of to do with that.
I think the problem that I have with that is that is kind of what we talked about before about how you had a lot of like people that were like Bernie Sanders supporters that ended up moving to Trump because they had there was a particular like potential that was there for this anti-establishment, etc., that was immediately captured. And if you don't have anything that you're directing it towards.
In 2016, what you did see is actually more people from Hillary go to Trump than from Bernie.
Sure, but I think we're talking about a different set of desires there.
Right? The numbers of Bernie were actually very limited. There were people, but they weren't a statistically significant group that went over to Biden. Hillary supporters, far more went over to Trump to support him. So, again, the revolutionary capacity there, my way I'd look at it is the way the Democratic Party is currently organized, which is a shit show, obviously. After this loss, after the disarray of the last 6 months, after Biden, and the next few months, that is going to be hilariously the worst lame duck presidency maybe anyone's ever seen. like we have a zombie in the presidency right now who's on the way out for the loser Republican he barely beat the first time. It's going to be bad. And so the room for us to actually begin putting together new coalitions and new stuff, there's room. This feels like a time that's actually possible to be galvanizing. The sad part would be if it turns out like 2016, where Trump is elected and the left really doesn't do anything and there's not a lot of movement, maybe just a few jokes made, and we kind of hope it's going to be over, which is not going to be this time. Like this is, to your point, this time around, it ain't going to be that. There is 100% chance Trump in the end of the next election, if he's elected, this is how this goes, and we see him get fucking put into presidency.
Oh my God. I'm just
He's not-
remembering
he's not
Sam
leaving.
Harris. Sam Harris, as much as he annoys me, he said the most fire quote that I've heard about this ever, maybe, is and he said to Ben Shapiro in his debate, he said, listen, you can talk about the guardrails all you want, but the guardrails have names, and those names are explicitly telling you, do not vote for this guy. You know, like the guardrails that you're talking about when you say that the United States is like, we have these guardrails that can keep us safe. Those guardrails have names, they're people, and they're begging you, do not vote for Trump. And that
Again,
right there tells you
at the base level.
Yeah.
I will say the reason I don't go with the Onion already put out the best article for today, which is results too soon to call over which minority to blame for loss. I fucking love that as a thing because that's just spot on how this is going to go. Just watch the next few weeks. For me, it's
I watched a lot of that today with some of the polling or some of the I forget who it was like. I forget who it was, but they were talking about like whether or not Kamala has done enough to speak to the black population and convince them or whatever. And it's like it seems like a lot of the conversation about this is just so it's like you're talking about whether or not you spoke to the group with the most disproportionate support for Kamala Harris. That's it seems like there's like focusing on these like
I'm not making me to fight this. Like but for me, it comes down to, again, the simple thing when we talk, and it's what I said earlier. Voters vote when they see their interests represented in a candidate. And for a lot of Republicans, I will keep you safe, we will stop things that are dangerous, blah, blah, blah bullshit works extremely well. It worked with Reagan, worked with Bush, worked with Bush too. This is how it works. Worked with Trump the first time around. This is their rhetoric. So on the other side, though, because I don't believe all these people are completely lost. I believe they're fucking retarded in a lot of ways and awful in a lot of ways. But the reality is there are interests that 100% are not going to be met in the next couple of years by their elected candidate completely. And it's without question. And so if there's a way for us to actually have a candidate in 4 years or 2 years, or begin working to having some of those interests actually show up and be repaired and be something that they can vote for, you'll see a lot more of an interested push. This is one of the reasons, again, the last few weeks, a lot of people on the Democratic side, I'm not alone in this. I know you've done the same on Sunday. The push with all of these fucks on the Democratic side has been trying to reach out to Republican voters instead of trying to electrify their base, getting Dick Cheney to come in and become excited. Oh, like that's going to do anything. Getting people to talk about
here's the problem, Brooks. You're misreading their intentions. It's not about
whose intentions.
All the people on the Democrat side who are reaching out to the Republican base.
Uh-huh.
So your assumption is that they're making the ill-guided move to attempt and woo conservatives, when what they're trying to do is woo conservatives so they like them. It's not about the party winning. Nobody gives a shit. Genuinely, like I don't think in majority of cases for places where you can point to people who are trying to do that kind of cross-aisle type of movement, I don't think any of it has to do with actually winning over people. I think 100% it has to do with selling yourselves to Republicans who have the bigger market, who seem to have cornered like social media, and saying, hey, I can be your narrow end of the wedge. I think that's what it is. 100%. I don't think they give a shit. I don't think it's a failed strategy. I think it's a successful strategy that's disingenuous.
Interesting. I'm not sure I fully agree. I get what you're saying, and I think there's part of that. Like Biden, for example, I don't think he reaches out because He's
Maybe
interesting.
if I can just get you off, like Richie Torres, the guy who Dan was touting about the whole anti-Dan Clancy thing. He wrote the congressional letter. Mehdi Hassan's website, I can't remember the details, but he just posted a big article exposing him for taking a whole lot of not just AIPAC money, but money from Trump donors, other Trump donors, and like it just seems like it's kind of across the board. Like a whole lot of people who are very entrenched in the Democratic Party or who are movers and pushers at whatever level for the Democratic Party are personally setting themselves up to have an out in not necessarily Republican politics, but as kind of like various tiers of Juan Williams.
Sorry, what do you mean by out?
I mean, that's a good question. Well,
That's like the question, right? Because like,
yeah.
um,
Out's probably
like
the wrong word. I think my
approach,
brain's
but
too much in.
I don't know how it works out like structurally.
Well, I think my brain's too much in Brandon Wu territory, not in Richie Torres territory. So Richie Torres is just taking money and just doing what the people who give him money tell him to do. But I think there's a whole lot of people, especially people who are doing that kind of thing. Richie Torres is one of them, weirdly.
So for me, I go by what has been my entire life. The Democratic Party has tried to recruit voters, not because they're trying to have an out or to make friends, but specifically because they believe that the majority of America is right, and that if they need to, in order to expand their base, go right. Bill Clinton explicitly made this the party platform in 1992 when he ran. He then continued to do this in 1996 when he worked with Newt Gingrich, explicitly doing things that were absolutely against everything Democrats had stood for, destroying multiple welfare programs, multiple safety nets, just incredible shit that he did, balancing the budget by destroying just a ton of amazing things. And he did it in order to create a compassionate conservative Democratic Party, in his words, because he believed it would get more votes. Hillary was one of the people who architected this. Al Gore ran in the same way. If you watch his wife, as she talked right prior to 2000 in the election, she was the person who was behind the fucking warning label on CDs. The Democrats were not free speech or lefties at all. They were trying to be center-right conservatives as opposed to the hard-right conservatives that they saw taking over the Republican Party, which is literally what they're doing now. Obama did the same thing. He made all of his moves to be center-right in order to work across the aisle. This has been everything the Democrats have always...
I understand that, but like there's a consequence of thinking that the majority of Americans are right-wing, and that's that you have in the back of your mind constantly, that's where the good business is in doing right-wing politics. That's kind of what that means. Because like
I don't think it's so I think one of the problems here is that if you're talking about things like policy and the way that you and your career, etc., relate to policy, then I don't think that this idea that it's just this is simply like they're thinking about it as aligning with this team or that team. I think it's a lot more fluid in the way that they're thinking.
I think it is, but I think what I'm basically getting at here is like even if they aren't individually deciding like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna curry favor with the other side, so I have Plan B in case this whole Democrat thing doesn't work. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is though is like when you have that notion, you're going to be playing a game that sort of takes on the same form either way because you're still hedging your bets in the exact same way. You're trying specifically to appeal to the middle of the road American who you assume is right wing.
Yeah, but the problem is that you're talking about the like individual and things like individual policies. So one example that you could have is like the approach for the border, right? And the way that that border policy and the way that people think about the crisis on the border. And to be clear, like most people don't know anything about the border at all. But if you end up having something where it's like people end up adorable. If you have something where people end up, I was just distracted by this adorable kid. Everyone wave.
Hello.
Look at that. It's like, who are all these strangers? Why are they yelling swear words?
Who's winning, Dexter?
But when it comes to border policy, for
Well,
example, like the way that Kamala Harris is going to be approaching border policy, the way that she's going to talk about border policy, is going to be reflecting things that individuals believe about it, and then the policy as it's going to be written is going to be written differently as a way to reach across the aisle to actually pass that policy. So the thing that you say about it is different, the way that you pass it is different. Like all of these are going to be very like it really does depend on like the individual policies, not whether or not like you as a character are aligning with the right or aligning or pushing more towards the right or that's like what the plebeians talk about. But I don't think that's how it works for politicians.
Yeah, but that wording it differently is going to be playing into tropes more on the right about the border as opposed to because I'm not sure what the middle ground there would be. Right? Like you're going to alienate elements of your own base that way, or at the very least you're not going to do anything whatsoever to get them motivated. Might make sense. I don't know. It's very late for me.
I think it kind of goes back to the way that people relate to policy in general, is how it makes them feel, how they relate to their identity as it relates to the image of this. But no one knows about the policy. No one knows anything about border policy. No one knows what Biden did. No one knows what Kamala did. No one knows what Trump did. No one knows anything about anything when it comes to the border.
People don't even care at all.
Yeah.
And again, at the end of it, Kamala, her campaign was right wing. Like she had a handful of price controls and light things that I was glad, but what she ran on was immigration. What she ran on was tightening those pocketbooks. What she ran on was confirming that she was very comfortable going to war, that she was a man as much as any of the men. These are not great things, honestly, when it comes to...
but I think the problem that I have is that when it comes to the policy and whether or not like her campaign was right wing, we can say that like you could say something like on average or something like that.
Well,
but if you're going to be looking at like what the campaign or the policy is made up of, or if you end up going to the website and look at the policies, it's like, okay, these policies are left.
But again, we talk about things like Tim Walz, for example, who I think started great. And then specifically the Harris campaign, thanks to Biden, reeled in the enemy making of Republicans. Like that, he did that. That was his thing. It was like calling them weirdos.
I think that was a huge mistake. Yeah.
And they pulled him in. They went out of their way to like go, no, don't do that. We don't make enemies of these people. And it's like, they're calling us fucking murderers. Like, what the fuck? He's like, no, we don't do that. And they stopped him from doing that. And
I actually think that was, I think that might be more influential than a lot of people realize. Because I think the image that like Biden walking back, like some of these, like they put him in the bullseye or whatever, like trying to be really careful about Republicans' feelings and treating them like the other side of the aisle. I think that really just validated the like crybaby behavior stuff that they were doing to try and play the victim. And I think a lot of that message really spread, where I think it probably did sit with a lot of people that like the Democrats are, because people don't care about policy. I think the image ended up looking like Democrats are just resentful and lashing out or being hyperbolic or whatever. No one knows what fascism is. No one knows no one knows anything about policy. No one knows any of this. You're playing a game with people's identities on vibes, and you're getting Biden to walk back really simple claims. It's stupid. Like, the thing is that Republicans know this. Republicans know this. That's why they do it all the time. That's why they play the victim all of the time. And then Democrats fall for it because they think that the voters are people that, same reason why the Democrats were saying that like the way that you appeal to the undecided voters is talking about policy more. No, of course not. You create an image, you create an identity that people want to associate with. That's how you get the undecided voters.
I'm gonna I'm gonna be listening in the background while I wash my face.
Okay. Thank you for the raid.
Okay. Thank
Thanks
you.
for hanging out.
Be listening.
See ya,
Bye.
I think Republicans are allowed to get excited about their person getting into office so that they win, and Democrats basically aren't. I think that's, if I had to guess, I'd say that's about like 80% of just the general lack of enthusiasm and lack of energy on the pro-dem side, because like basically all of us, I think, across the board.
I think that's a factor. Yeah.
I think it's more than a factor. I think it's like I can't think of anyone who isn't like a complete Dem shill, who isn't just depressed and resigned about having to vote for the Democrats to not let Trump into office. Because that is what the vote for Kamala is. Even if Kamala's policies are better, it's
Yeah, I think the problem is that Democrats don't function that way. Democrats don't even expect Democrats to function that way. Trump supporters do.
Yeah, but the expectation is based upon what they've done in the past. The expectation is based upon experience. Like with Trump, even though you can expect he's going to be incompetent, you can also expect he's going to make waves. People are going to talk about him, so on and so forth. With Kamala, this is what you're looking for. Did she embarrass herself? No, in which case we don't care. And that's it. With Trump, it's like, what wacky, crazy thing did he say next? Who did he trigger? But
the problem is that like, I feel like even if you were to lean into something like that, it would be so different than how Democrats usually approach politics, that it might even be counterproductive to try and lean into it like you're waiting for your favorite movie to come out or something like that. You know, that really that like almost childish excitement that you get for having your guy in there or whatever. I think Democrats just don't think about politics in the same way at all. And so, like, even if you were to try and replicate that kind of process,
when you say Democrats, are you talking like politicized, like people who are in politics? Or are you talking about like the Democrat voter?
I mean the voter.
The voter, okay.
Yeah, I mean the voter. Especially with
Trump is on stage.
I think
right
especially
now.
with the amount of like boring fucking
Trump
losers
is
that you have to appeal to
right
with
now.
Democrats in general.
Just letting you know.
Sorry?
Trump is claiming victory on stage right now, I think.
Fucking A.
Do we want to watch that? Somebody want to stream that?
Yeah, I'll share my screen.
All right.
What is he on?
Probably X. Because we live in hell.
Oh, here we go. I got this one. I share my screen. Screens. You see it?
Yep.
Sure can.
2 seconds, I gotta share it.
Fight for you, for your family.
That song gets me fucking copyright.
Just play the Westboro Baptist Church version of it.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
Well, I want to thank you all very much. This is great. These are our friends. We have thousands of friends on this incredible movement. This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country and maybe beyond. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy? But it's a political victory that our country has never seen before, nothing like this. I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president. And every citizen, I will fight for you, for your family, and your future. Every single day, I will be fighting for you, and with every breath in my body, I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve. This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have.
I'm watching from my
Just
phone. I'll
wait.
be right back there.
This is a
Just wait.
magnificent victory for the American people that will allow us to make America great again. And in addition to having won the battleground states of North Carolina, I love these places. Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. We are now winning in Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, and Alaska, which would result in us carrying at least 315 electoral votes. But it's much easier doing what the networks did or whoever called it, because there was no other path. There was no other path to victory. We also have won the popular vote. That was great. Very proud of that. Thank you.
Hell of a thing to say. He won the popular vote at this point.
Thank you very much.
Fucking Christ.
Winning the popular vote was very nice. Very nice.
You're not going to win the popular vote, shithead.
It's a great
Who cares? No one's
feeling
gonna
of
remember
love.
it.
We have a great feeling of
I know,
love
but
in
it's just,
this
it's like
very
he's
large
claiming this, and it's like, come on, dude.
with unbelievable people standing by my side. These people have been incredible. They've made the journey with me, and we're going to make you very happy. We're going to make you very proud of your vote. I hope that you're going to be looking back someday and say that was one of the truly important moments of my life when I voted for this group of people beyond
I thank God every
the
day I chose to
president,
be
this
born in
group
Canada.
of great people.
Yeah. But don't worry, as America goes, so the world.
Given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate. We have taken back control of the Senate. Wow, that's good. And the Senate races in Montana, Nevada, Texas, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, were all won by the MAGA movement. They helped so much. And in those cases, every one of them, we worked with the senators. They were tough races. And I mean, the number of victories in the Senate was absolutely incredible. And we did tele-rallies. We did tele-rallies with each one of them. And sometimes we did 2 or 3 and it was amazing to look at all of those victories. Nobody expected that, nobody. So I just wanted to thank you very much for that. And you have some great senators and some great new senators. And it also looks like we'll be keeping control of the House of Representatives. And I want to thank Mike Johnson. I think he's doing a terrific job. Terrific job. I want to also thank my beautiful wife, Melania, First Lady. Who has the #1 best-selling book in the country. Can you believe that?
You're right.
Border.
She's done a great job. Works very hard to help people. So I just want to thank her. But I want to thank my whole family, my amazing children, and they are amazing children. Now, we all think our children are amazing. Everybody here thinks their children are amazing, but
Probably not as much
that's
as
a
you
good
do.
thing when you think they are. But Don, Eric, Ivanka, Tiffany, Barron, Laura, Jared, Kimberly, Michael, thank you all. What a help. What a great. My father-in-law, Victor, is tremendous, and we miss very much Melania's mother, Amalia. We miss Amalia, don't we, huh? She would be very happy right now, standing on this stage. She'd be so proud. She was a great woman, that one. Beautiful inside and out. She was a great woman. I want to be the first to congratulate our great, now I can say, Vice President-elect of the United States.
He's talking like he murdered her mother to make an example.
Yeah.
And his absolutely remarkable and beautiful wife, Ushabez. And he is a feisty guy, isn't he? You know, I've said, go into the enemy camp, and you know the enemy camp is certain networks, and a lot of people don't like to, sir, do I have to do that? He just goes, okay, which one, CNN, MSDNC? He'll say, all right, thank you very much. He actually looks fine. He's still like the only guy I've ever seen. He really looks forward to it, and then he just goes in and absolutely obliterates them. Say a couple of words here.
Wow. Well, Mr. President, I appreciate you allowing me to join you on this incredible journey. I thank you for the trust that you placed in me. And I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America.
I hate the people so much. They're just
And under President Trump's leadership, we're never going to stop fighting for you, for your dreams, for the future of your children. And after the greatest political comeback in American history, we're going to lead the greatest economic comeback in American history under Donald Trump's leadership.
He minorly lost the 2020 election. It's hardly the greatest comeback. Jesus Christ.
Thank you very much. He's
Just how children
turned
talk
out to be a
about
good
things.
choice.
Very weird.
I took a little heat at the beginning, but he was, I knew the brain was a good one, about as good as it gets. And we love the family, and we're going to have a great 4 years, and we're going to turn our country around, make it something very special. It lost that little thing called special. We have to make it so. We're going to make this so great. It's the greatest country, and potentially the greatest country in the world by far. And right now, we're going to just work very hard to get all of that back. We're going to make it the best it's ever been. We can do that. If we had to wait longer, I don't know. It was going bad, and it was going bad fast. We're going to have to seal up those borders, and we're going to have to let people come into our country. We want people to come back in, but we have to. We have
Build
to
those
let
borders
them come
except for
back
the
in, but they
80
have to come
million
in.
tourists every year.
Wait.
You're echoing there, kid.
Sorry?
You're
Am I
echoing.
echoing?
Yeah. Worse than I
Oh,
am.
Okay.
my bad.
We're sharing screens, so it's going to double up.
Oh. If my mic is coming through the others, just mute me on
There we
your
go.
end.
I muted you. Yeah.
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 We're going to have to seal up those borders, and we're going to have to let people come into our country. We want people.
Wait,
We're going to have to seal up the borders. We're going to have to let people come into our country.
Again, he doesn't care.
going
It
back
doesn't
to the-
matter. It doesn't matter. None of this matters to these people. They don't give a fuck. Again, he didn't run on the policy of like sealing the borders. People say that he did, but he ran on the policy on making the borders safe again.
No, but I think what Kid is pointing to is the contradiction of saying we need to seal up the borders. We need to let people in at the same time because these are.
We have 80 million people who visit this country every year on tourist visas. The border doesn't matter.
No, but I'm just saying it's funny that you say.
No, I think the thing that's more interesting is the fact that this is something that he said before. He got a huge amount of pushback. He stopped saying it, and then now he's taking he's taking the time to make this point again in this way, almost as if it's like similarly to when he was saying that like the abortion thing is it's just to the states. Some people and like kind of softening the edges of it. I'm saying that it's like softening the edges.
Yeah.
People to come back in, but we have to let them come back in, but they have to come in legally. Let me also express my tremendous appreciation for Susie and Chris, the job you did. Susie, come here, Susie. Chris, come here, Chris. Susie likes to stay sort of in the back, let me tell you. The Ice Maiden, we call her the Ice Maiden. Come here, Chris. Susie likes to stay in the background. She's not in the background. Come here.
Cock.
This wasn't expected, but I just want to thank, obviously, President Trump for this journey. It was a great one, and he's a hell of a candidate, and he's going to be a hell of a great 47th president. And this team that we had, the best team, and, of course, even my boss, Susie Wiles, the best. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Susie. Look at this. I've never seen her be shot before. Susie. They're great. Everybody up here is great. Everybody up here is very special. But the Trump, yeah, who did you say? Oh, let me tell you, we have a new star. A star is born, Elon. Now he's an amazing guy. We were sitting together.
Oh no! Please don't come on stage and do the X jump
tonight. You know, he spent 2 weeks
Please
in
come on stage and do the
Philadelphia and different parts of Pennsylvania campaigning. You know, he sent the rocket up 2 weeks ago. And I saw that rocket, and I saw it coming down. I saw it. It was, when it left, it was beautiful, shiny white. When it came down, it didn't look so pretty. It was going 10,000 miles an hour, and it was burning like hell. I said, what happened to your paint job? He said, we've never made a paint that could withstand that kind of heat. And, but I saw it come down and turn around. And it was, you know, it's like 22 stories tall, by the way. It looks a little smaller than that, but it's big. And it came down, and you saw that fire burning.
How fucking retarded do you have to be?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
This is how babies
I need to
talk.
hear that again. I'm sorry.
This is gonna be a long 4 years, man.
We're gonna make so much money.
Don't clue the audience in.
Still, by the way, it looks a little smaller than that, but it's big.
I listen.
And it was, you know, it's like 22 stories tall, by the way. It looks a little smaller than that, but it's big. And it came down, and you saw that fire burning, and I'm saying only Elon can do this. It must be an Elon. And I tell the story. I told it last night. I had a man on the phone. I had the screen muted, no sound. I was talking to a very important man, happens to be here, and a very important guy, one of the most important people in, I would say, the country, actually. But, you know, I was president, and now it looks like I was going to be maybe president again, so I figured I could ask him to hold. So I asked him to hold, especially because you're going to be president again, they hold. So I took the phone down, and I'm looking at the screen. I'm seeing this crazy thing that's going around and coming down there. It looks like it's going to crash into the gantry. And I said, oh, no. And I said, do me a favor, do you mind holding for a couple of minutes? I want to see this. I thought it was a space-age movie or something. I put the phone down.
Christ.
Bad part, I didn't pick it up for 45 minutes, and he was holding. But this spaceship came down, and I saw those engines firing, and it looked like it was over. It was going to smash. And then I saw the fire pour out from the left side, and it put it straight. And it came down so gently, and then it wrapped those arms around it, and it held it. And just like you hold your baby at night, your little baby. And it was a beautiful thing to see, and I called Elon.
I don't want to hear pedophiles say something like that.
Your little baby. And it was a beautiful
I may stop watching this.
No, keep watching.
No,
it's going to go for an hour. I can't.
Yeah.
This is
Give him
just him
15
jerking
minutes.
himself off.
I literally have to.
And I said, Elon, was that you? He said, yes, it was. I said, who else can do that? Can Russia do it? No. Can China do it? No. Can the United States do it other than you? No. Nobody can do that. I said, that's why I love you, Elon. That's great. And you know, when we had the tragic Hurricane Helene, and it hit North Carolina, they were really devastated. The water, this was a big water, as big as we've ever seen, water hurricane. It built lakes out of nothing. Fields became lakes, and the danger was unbelievable. And the people from North Carolina came to me and they said, would it be possible, at all possible, for you to speak to Elon Musk? We need Starlink. I said, what's Starlink? It's a form of communication. So I called Elon, and I'll tell you what, he had, and it was very dangerous. People would die. They had no communication. All the wires were down. I called Elon Musk. I said, Elon, you have something called Starlink. Is that right? Yes, I do. What the hell is it? He said, it's a communication system that's very good. I said, Elon, they need it really, really badly in North Carolina. Can you get it? He had that there so fast. It was incredible. So, and it was great. It saved a lot of lives. He saved a lot of lives. But he's a character. He's a special guy. He's a super genius. We have to protect our geniuses. We don't have that many of them. We have to protect our super geniuses. I want to thank some of the guys. You know, we have up here today the U.S. Open champion. He's a fantastic golfer. He's slightly longer than me. It's a ball a little bit longer than me. Just a little bit. Bryson DeChambeau is up here someplace. What happened to Bryson? Where is he? Bryson. Oh, he was shot.
Is this guy's name
hitting
Rochambeau?
Oh, he's on the way. He's hitting balls. Bryson.
What did he say?
Oh, look at him.
He's hitting balls.
Why am I watching?
He's got a great career going. Great U.S. Open, Bryson. That's a fantastic job.
All right.
And we also have Dana White.
Sorry, Brooks, over here we have to do what's called content. That's what the kids call it.
That is great. I'm going to let you kids do that.
Okay.
I'm going to let you kids do that. I can't handle...
Just mute it and play video games and just be
Copium.
there. We just need you to be there and be pretty. That's all you're here for, Brooks.
That is not what I'm doing.
I'll send you a bikini.
I'm sure you will. It has been fun.
Has it?
One sec, I have to unmute Kid because I had him muted from the other thing. What did you say, Kid?
I said, has it?
I mean, yes. To me, again, the point of this is just to be simple. Trump comes out ahead. The point of this then is to galvanize and to work towards praxis. That is the point. If Kamala was ahead, that's the thing. It's just a different battle. And it's a harder battle. It's a scarier battle because the next 4 years, thanks to these fucking retards, we're going to have the Supreme Court have 2 more heads lost. So we're going to have the Supreme Court. The rest of my natural life probably will be conservative and psychotic. So America is going down the shitter unless we can actually organize and do something opposing that, which, by the way, has been done in this country's history multiple times.
We can do it.
So,
but for now we mourn.
Yeah.
Yep.
But for now we mourn, and I will say I'm going to bounce out. It's been lovely. I'm going to head to bed. I'm going to go tuck my kids in. Dexter is staying up because he's
Gonna look at real estate in Canada.
I figure out dual citizenship papers. Figure out if Dexter can fit in a suitcase properly, or if a big UPS crate can fit the entire family. The next step is figuring out, and I would ask, are you guys up for it? The next couple of days doing another stream and talking about what we actually can fucking do. Because being sad is fine. Like, it's proper to be sad and disappointed. But again...
But being angry is better.
Being angry and active is better. Empowering yourself and utilizing this to enact into the world is better. Sitting around and having resentment, all the Trumpers who are walking around going, oh, it's hopium, it's copium, all this stupid bullshit. That's because Trump people have nothing except for hopium and copium. They either are getting what they want from Big Daddy or they're not. Proper activism, proper politics is getting involved in doing a fucking thing, which means it doesn't matter about hopium and copium, just helps you figure out what you need to be doing.
My copium is that I have to actually do work now. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
I can't just simply virtue signal anymore. So, okay. Well.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work. We can't just bitch.
I mean,
We've got shit to do. I'm not in the mood tonight. I'm just going to I'll let my stream know. Tonight, I'm not in the fucking mood to spend time like having my brain work. I did 3 hours of AO earlier today. I've done a bunch of shit. We did, this is my 5th hour, 5.5 hours of streaming. It's a lot. Trump hasn't officially won. He's calling it early. He did the same fucking thing in 2020. Who knows how things are going to turn out in the morning. Remember, everyone was angry because we woke up and Biden was winning. So when it happens, it happens. And then I want to have another stream where we actually figure out what praxis can actually take place and how we can organize. Because that's all.
We'll talk about it.
So you guys enjoy. It's been lovely.
Get the blueprints for the local ICE facility.
There you go. Sunday, it's been lovely as well. We'll chat, and I'll let you guys get to it. My stream, thank you all very much. Thank you for the memberships. Thank you for the subs, everything.
Brooks,
it's been very great. Yes, Sunday.
Read Kid, he needs the numbers.
Oh, I'm going to. That's what I was about to set up.
Sick, yes. Okay.
So I can send you all off. I'm gonna do it. I got you. Let's see. Raid. Oh, I mean, there's other people besides Kid.
It's true. There's also me.
There's also Sunday. But I don't really care for that guy very much.
Yeah, but his production value isn't high enough to raid into. You don't want to associate your brand with.
If production values had any bearing on anything, would have felt this wouldn't be blowing Vosh out of the water right now.
So, where I'll leave it, Trump doesn't have 270. It is not looking great. So, the reality is, the
Is he
next
not?
step.
They're all saying it's 270.
He doesn't have 270 yet. AP hasn't fully called it. There's that actually right now where we're at, we could wake up to a fucking tie. So we have a weird few days ahead of us.
He's got 267.
Yeah, 270. We could hit a tie here. It could be weird. Shit can be weird.
Almost got 224.
We got this. It's just like 2020. We got this.
It's not a we got this. It's a hey. There's nothing we can do tonight. We're not going to get any of these results in the next hour or two. We're not going to know till tomorrow. And then when we know tomorrow, then we start formulating and knowing what we do next. Because there is no such thing as like the end of the road. We have people we care about who are fucked by this. Flatly. We have people we care about who are fucked by this. So either we do something or we don't. And that's where you're at.
My chat says good night, philosophy man.
Good night to kids chat, and good night to my own. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll watch for another stream.
Fuck my chat, I guess. I see how it is.
And Sundays chat.
No, it's too late. Let's go ahead. I asked you now. It doesn't count anymore.
I thought I had most of your chat in mind.
Yeah, you do. And they'll remember this. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, they will.
All right, be safe.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. All right, let's see the rest of this nightmare.
He's a tough guy. So Dana started UFC and came to me, do you mind if I use your... Nobody wanted to give him a rinse because they said it's a rough sport, a little rough. And I helped him out a little bit, and I went, and they said, this is the roughest sport I've ever seen, but I began to like it, and he loved it, and nobody...
Oh, God, Dana White's...
Nobody's done a better job in sports. And you know, he's a very... motivational kind of a guy, what he does. He gets these fighters, and it's become one of the most successful sports enterprises anywhere at any time. It's doing so well. I'd like to ask Dana just to say a couple of words, because people love to hear from him. Dana,
please. Nobody deserves this more than him, and nobody deserves this more than his family does. This is
what is his family? What
happens when the machine comes after you? What you've seen over the last several years, this is what it looks like. Couldn't stop him. He keeps going forward. He doesn't quit. He's the most resilient, hard-working man I've ever met in my life. His family are incredible people. This is karma, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. He is, like, off the wall.
He deserves this. They deserve it as a family. I want to thank some people real quick. I want to thank the Nelk boys, Aiden Ross, Theo Vaughn, busting with the boys.
You just say Aiden Ross?
Not ready.
I didn't catch
Kevin,
that.
thank you for the $10. I appreciate the $10 earlier as well. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Did you say Aiden Ross?
I didn't catch it. It was too fast.
I want to thank some people real quick. I want to thank the Nelk boys, Aiden Ross.
Aiden Ross.
Theo Vaughn, busting with the boys, and last but not least, the mighty and powerful Joe Rogan. And thank you, America. Thank you. Have a good night.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
I want whatever he's on.
That is a piece of work. No, he's really an amazing guy. But most of all, I want to thank the millions of hardworking Americans across the nation who have always been the heart and soul of this really great movement. We've been through so much together.
Dana White's lack of punishment after slapping his wife is a mistake. He hit his wife? I didn't know about it.
Bald guy?
Yeah, the bald guy, I guess.
What's his name again?
Dana White. D-A-N-A White. Like the race that is now officially in power. Actually, she hit him first. Shut the fuck up. Jesus.
UFC fighter.
Oh, Dana White said that he apologized to his wife. Okay, good.
And today you showed up in record numbers to deliver a victory like really probably like no other. This was something special, and we're gonna pay you back. We're gonna do the best job. We're gonna turn it around. It's got to be turned around. It's got to be turned around fast, and we're gonna turn it around. We're gonna do it in every way, with so many ways, but we're gonna do it in every way. This will forever be remembered as the day the American people regained control of their country. So I just want to say that On behalf of this great group of people, these are hard-working people. These are fantastic people, and we can add a few names like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He came and he's going to help.
Oh God, RFK. Oh fuck, again. I forgot. Oh God.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He came and he's going to help make America healthy again. And now he's a great guy, and he really means it. He wants to do some things, and we're going to let him go to it. I just said, but, Bobby, leave the oil to me. We have more liquid gold, oil and gas. We have more liquid gold than any country in the world, more than Saudi Arabia. We have more than Russia. Bobby, stay away from the liquid gold. Other than that, go have a good time, Bobby. We're going to be paying down debt. We're going to be reducing taxes. We can do things that nobody else can do. Nobody else is going to be able to do.
Yeah, China remember after, literally like right after he got fucking shot, he calls RFK on the phone and says, "Hey, by the way, I always thought that vaccines were sketchy. Do you want to endorse me?" Like, Jesus Christ.
That actually happened.
Have what we have. Nope.
Yes, yeah. There's a fucking recording of it. There's a recording of RFK on the phone, literally right after.
Sorry, it's coming back to me now. Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, and you can hear Trump on the phone saying, "Yeah, I always thought that vaccines were sketchy. Have you seen what they put in these kids or whatever? It's crazy. Yeah. Anyways, it'd be cool if we could insane."
Nobody has what we have. But we have the greatest people also. Maybe that's the most important thing. This campaign has been so historic in so many ways. We've built the biggest, the broadest, the most unified coalition. They've never seen anything like it in all of American history. They've never seen it. Young and old, men and women, rural and urban. And we had them all helping us tonight, when you think. I mean, I was looking at it. I was watching it. They had some great analysis of the people that voted for us. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. They came from all corners, union, non-union, African American, Hispanic American, Asian American, Arab American, Muslim American. We had everybody, and it was beautiful. It was a historic realignment, uniting citizens of all backgrounds.
I love the way that he just oh my God. I don't want to listen. Let's not do the thing where we go into the back into the cycle of, oh my God, can you believe Trump just said this?
That's a decision. It's just a decision.
Yep.
Around a common core of common sense. You know, we're the party of common sense. We want to have borders. We want to have security. We want to have things be good, safe. We want great education. We want a strong and powerful military, and ideally we don't have to use it. You know, we had no wars. 4 years we had no wars, except we defeated ISIS.
Oh, was that a war?
We defeated ISIS in record time, but we had no wars.
Then how did you do it?
They said, he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. But this is also a massive victory for democracy and for freedom.
I'm sorry, just the way you said
Together we're going to unlock America's glorious...
Sorry?
Just the way you said that just hit me really funny.
Destiny, we're going to achieve the most incredible future for our people. Yesterday, as I stood at my last stop on the campaign trail, I'll never be doing a rally again. Can you believe it? I think we've done 900 rallies approximately from them. Can you imagine? 901, something, a lot of rallies. And it was sad. Everybody was sad. Many people, I said, this is our last rally. But now we're going on to something that's far more important, because the rallies were used for us to be put in this position where we can really help our country. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make our country better than it ever has been. And I said that many people have told me that God spared my life for a reason. And that reason was to save our country and to restore America to greatness. And now we are going to fulfill that mission together. We're going to fulfill that mission. The task before us will not be easy, but I will bring every ounce of energy, spirit, and fight that I have in my soul to the job that you've entrusted to me. This is a great job. There's no job like this. This is the most important job in the world. just as I did in my first term. We had a great first term, a great first term. I will govern by a simple motto: promises made, promises kept. We're going to keep our promises. Nothing will
I guess we are getting that Iron Dome.
stop me from keeping my word to you, the people. We will make America safe, strong, prosperous, powerful, and free again. And I'm asking every citizen all across our land to join me in this noble and righteous endeavor. That's what it is. It's time to put the divisions of the past 4 years behind us. It's time to unite. And we're going to try. We're going to try. We have to try. And it's going to happen. Success will bring us together. I've seen that. I've seen that. I saw that in the first term. When we became more and more successful, people started coming together. Success is going to bring us together, and we are going to start by all putting America first. We have to put our country first for at least a period of time. We have to fix it, because together we can truly make America great again for all Americans. So I want to just tell you what a great honor this is. I want to thank you. I will not let you down. America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, richer, safer, and stronger than it.
It's got to be weird. It's got to be weird being Joe Biden right now, as you're descending slowly at the end of your political career into a.
Oh yeah, he's practically on his fucking deathbed.
Your last sentient thought
I really
is,
recommend that people watch.
Go on, sorry.
I really recommend that people watch. Was it Frontline? There's this really funny documentary about Biden's life, and you learn just like how much of a tragedy it really is, and that like he's always wanted to be he always wanted to be JFK. You know, he always wanted to be like an adored president. And every single step of his career has always been a failure, and people always just look down and just see him as a joke. And he fucked.
I mean, if he was like JFK, he wouldn't be a joke.
And it's crazy because like as far as presidents go, like Biden's presidency is not nearly as bad as people make it out to be, you know, but like he's still a joke. It doesn't matter like if the United States recovered from COVID faster than any other,
well, when you can't
inflation
navigate
or the economy, it doesn't matter. None of it matters.
When you can't navigate a teleprompter like statement, no one's going to think you're doing it. 00 Govin 00. Thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. My apologies.
Nice. But yeah, all of it is, and so I'm imagining this is basically like one of the last big moments of his life, you know, on his deathbed.
His legacy. His legacy is staying in power too long and delivering the country to the Republicans.
Yeah. Do you think on some level he like feels responsible for this?
I think if God has mercy, he's too far gone to be able to be cognizant of that.
God damn. He's gonna be in pain.
Has ever been before. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
He's probably going to think they would have won if he was running.
I don't know. I don't think so. Probably not.
Yeah. I'd want to think that if I was in this position. Oh my god.
Oh god.
That's going to be copyright.
Yeah.
Movement.
Man.
Frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement.
Part 2.
Movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country, and maybe beyond.
This is the same thing.
And now it's going to reach a new.
Is it? Did it loop?
I think it's just looping.
Level of.
It might just be looping for the next couple days. Yeah.
And.
Yep. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I need one-on-one time with my chat.
How late are you going?
I'll be up for a bit.
Okay, I'm gonna send my chat to yours. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. You can just kick me out. I don't have a. There we go. All right, I'm gonna send you to Kid Not Kin. Y'all have a good night. I will see you on Thursday. Possibly tomorrow, but probably Thursday. Okay. Have a good night. Cheerio. Give Kid a like and subscribe. Okay, he actually knows what he's talking about, unlike me. I just look better. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Cheerio. We'll be doing that post-election Copium stream soon. Okay. Bye-bye.